Let us begin. Am I muted? Are you muted? Are we good? Have we done it? The music's here. We're live. Hi, I'm Josh the Trend Jam, and I am stoked that this is. I think it's clean. No tech goblins. Look at us. Hey. Hi. Welcome. Hello. Thanks for waiting. We just finished our mental health checks, and we're ready for an amazing session. It was especially important for us to take those mental health checks, especially after last night's session, because it was amazing. And thank you for being here. I hope you guys are feeling good after last night's session. We're gonna get into it. Let's start off with introductions as usual, and we'll say hellos to chat as well as we see the names come up. But Izzy, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Izzy and I play Bobby. I'm a little worried because last session she was eaten by a Hydra. But I don't know how that's gonna play into this. My Instagram is above my name, and I write sci-fi, and you can find some of it on Wattpad under I am Kenyan, my initials. So
amazing. All right, I forgot to do this. I'm Josh the Dread Jam, and these are my fellow storytellers. There, done. Okay, moving on. Daniel, would you please introduce yourself? Yeah, I'm
Hello, I am Daniel. I play Jace on the Tuesday game tonight. Above my name here, you can see my Twitch, where I stream games that I feel like playing. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
The end.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia, man. I got to play it a little bit, and it's so much fun. Right, moving on then. The one with the red cap, that's you. Who are you?
Well, shit, that is me, the one with the red cap. That's pretty much the entirety of my introduction.
Done.
Hey, I'm JP. I play Caden, the several packs of cigarette smoking per day elf. Woo. Words are hard. Words are hard. They're harder when you're stupid. And thus mine are incredibly difficult. Anyway, if you like dots and lines, and by God, if you like an unholy amalgamation of the two, check out the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff. I swearsies that I may possibly might post something soon. I don't know, man.
Maybe.
I'm just waiting on Zach to be more of a bad influence, and we'll see how we go.
Music to my gosh darn ears. Okay, moving on. If it isn't the one and only Elle. Hello.
Hey everybody, my name's Elle. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays. Tonight I am playing Raya. She is a rather quiet druid, which is very cool. If you like anime and cosplay, feel free to follow me on Instagram at symbol.of.peach.
Nice. And I definitely know you, but could you please introduce yourself to everyone else?
Hello, I am M. I'm the artist for the stream and the bearer of bad news because we can't hear any music.
You can't? I turned it on.
At least I can't.
I can't hear you.
I can't.
You can't?
I didn't notice because I
Interesting.
had
How
the
about
modem
this?
playing, but I turned it off and it was really quiet.
Yeah, it's painfully quiet.
Is this working? Does that work?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I can hear music.
That's
Yeah,
combat music.
Now hold on a
I'm not
second.
getting anything.
Wait a minute.
Wait, I was getting. Oh yeah, I'm getting something. It's quite quiet though.
Okay, I
That's
did it up.
okay.
Let's go.
If you like the art that you
It
see
is
on
combat
stream,
music.
that's my Instagram at @alician.art, and that's me.
Amazing. And last but definitely not least, Jacbon, please introduce
Yeah,
yourself.
guys. I'm Jacbon. I'm Josh's resident problem player, and I'm hopefully going to be an eventual god of Oak and Ash. Tonight, I'm playing Thomas, our mild-mannered warlock. Into caves, that's a different story. If you would like to follow my Instagram, it's one of those set and forget. You follow me, don't see anything. Feel free to follow me at Jacbon with a 0.
Nice. Introduction
We all
Set and
never
forget.
post on Instagram.
have been made.
I posted on Aesthetic Sucks more recently than I have Hops Dust.
That was sorry about that, M. Okay, so should we chat? How are you? Just a quick yep, everyone looks happy as Larry. Soteris is here, Sabai is here, someone we haven't seen in a very long time, Ons. Kupta is here. We haven't seen your name in a very long time. Mad Bear is here as well. Okay, well, let's get one of those Madcap recaps.
Oh, so
I changed
last
the name.
session that
Yeah, Madcap.
hold
indeed.
on.
Madcap.
Hold on,
Now you can have
hold on.
any other color. You can have any color hat. Madcap. And red cap's cool. I like Madcap though.
Can't even see the
Red
color
Cap,
that I
Red
wear
Cap
though.
has the alliteration.
Does
Red
have the
cap does
alliteration.
have the alliteration. It does. Well, yeah. Scrappy's here. All right. Go forth and give us your recap, please.
So last session, the party decided to dance till we're dead. We got invited to a fancy dress party by Lord Man, whose name I can't remember, but it's an anagram for something that I'll reveal later. That's his
Dras
name.
Highfell.
All right, other people can remember that. Their memory's better than mine. We decided to first things first. We got into the we got into the party. Champagne's for free. Let's all go get tanked. We all got drinks, and then 3 of us got really tanked really quickly. Rye decided that alcohol is the greatest thing ever. Jace, I'm pretty sure you were drinking rum because you just you were dead set to have a bad night. And I believe bloody Jacbon there decided Thomas was going to have a tall drink of something else. Later, we all decided to have a very, very nice time moving on to the dance floor, and that's when Thomas decided to have his tall drink of the handsome orc Jester. Making Caden very jealous, and dancing away on the dance floor until he dipped the Jester into literal oblivion. The Jester just disappeared. He was gone. No one even remembered him. Everyone was like, shit, he gone. At this point, Skara decided to come back because Aim was unfortunately late to session and decided to utter the most iconic first words of any session ever, which was, shut up. After the party just kind of hung around on the wall and slowly gravitated towards the wall, as more and more of these guests started disappearing while Lord What's-His-Face, Mr. Anagram Man, was playing a funky tune on his piano. Anyway, as more and more of the guests decided to disappear, which was pretty fucking rude of them, they didn't even say bye to the host. Again, massive faux pas. They've clearly never been to as many fancy balls as Bobby. I'm assuming a Barracliff party just goes off, but this one did not. People just started disappearing, and we all started to congregate to the wall because, you know, shit was getting weird, and we decided, hey, let's leave. Jace and Raya were like, nah, let's dance. As things got equally more funky, occasionally Jace was like, man, I'm being bitten by heads. This sucks, but now I'm not being bitten by heads. I can't remember being bitten by heads. This sucks. I'm bleeding. Skara, help me. Skara decided not to help and decided to leave, which was the sensible thing, as did Caden. He was like, man, I'm out. While Raya and Jace decided to dance, Bobby and Thomas got busy getting absolutely eaten by the false Hydra. The Lord's name was an anagram for a false Hydra. Oh, turns out they have a funky song that makes us alter our perception of reality. So when we hear that song, we can justify absolutely everything that happens. So Jace was like, man, I guess I just like bleeding. This is sick. I love crawling along the floor. I'm not injured right now. I'm just here to dance. And Scar was like, man, if this pianist plays this song one more goddamn time, I'm gonna kill him. So to avoid committing a felony, I'm just going to break his piano. Shot the piano, and the Lord was like, oh man, my funk, is it a percussion instrument? Is it a string instrument? All I know is it's not a woodwind instrument. Pianos are strange instruments. Anyway, the piano got absolutely obliterated, and then we were faced with a false Hydra. And that's where we left off.
All right.
You forgot frog
This one.
squats, but we'll just...
You also forgot Snuffles.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat.
You were trying.
No, we established that their name was anything but Snuffles.
Snuffles.
And with
That's one
that,
of the few
I
notes.
forgot that because it was in character to forget that.
with
They
that,
got eaten by the false.
let's roll it. And we're back. Thank you so much for everyone that has subbed and gifted subs. Guys, thank you so much. All of that goes towards the Horde, making us ever stronger so we can continue to create. All right, so...
Something I totally left off the Red Cap recap, which I realized might be really important, is it was a Halloween one-shot. The session
Special.
prior, we were just talking to some dryads, but then we woke up on a cart, and here's something I remembered. It took exactly 18 minutes for us to arrive between the start of our cart journey and to the front door of the Lord's Gate. I don't know why I remembered that. I thought it was going to come up in a puzzle later.
Yeah.
So if you're really confused why we're not in a ball, if we don't start in a ball, I don't know where we're starting at the moment. That's why. Regardless of where we start, we'll be in a pickle.
Well then, let us begin. The door stares back at you as Raya and Jace dance their last dance. All while the Lord plays its maddening melody. Bobby and Thomas fight against being swallowed by the while jangling bells toll, jesting no longer. The sound of an unloading crossbow sings its martial calls as the bolt collides with the piano, and the veil is lifted and the monster is revealed, and suddenly you see 3 grotesque heads. A guttural growl rolls out and snaps as its human-like teeth. It snaps its human-like teeth behind long, hanging grey, greasy hair. It hisses as its lips tug, jerk, and drool. Why does a nightmare walk with a dream? These words echo out into eternity. Why does a nightmare walk with a dream? I hope you enjoyed my little game. You've witnessed the trick. And now, for your treat. We will start with Bobby. For the uninitiated, we are about to have a memory mist episode. Now, memory mist is something very special to Oak and Ash, our homebrew world. It is a psychic conductor which allows those that are consumed and surrounded by it to share memories with each other.
Or drugged with it.
Or drugged with it. And so these players, these characters, are going to delve into each other's memories and share them. And so, let me pull up what Bobby has sent me.
That feeling when you didn't do your homework.
How many of us are suddenly typing?
Hey, Izzy, can you just send us what you've got? I promise I won't copy.
So, Raya, we delved
Raya
into
also
yours.
grew up on the Barracliff estate.
I was there too. We see each other.
So weird. You guys will notice if I start typing, though.
All right.
I was a good boy. I did mine 7 months ago.
Oh!
I was.
Oh, no, sorry, you go. I just had an O of...
I was really excited when I got told about the concept, so I did mine many moons ago.
I was super excited, but then I just pondered it for 7 months.
I got amnesia.
you've got one.
I'm gonna find the
I
right music.
have 4.
All right, so Josh, you can do the left-hand side.
Okay. Bear with me.
Fine.
Fine. Right.
This is a lore episode, so I'm gonna write lore in the
Yeah.
notes.
To be fair, the first thing I pulled up was my favorite moments tab, not my.
Yeah.
I got my book. I'm ready to go. I'm just clearing space.
Funnily enough, this book is my old Huntsman book where we first found the memory mist.
Yay.
Oh,
It all comes full circle.
look, my first notes of that game. Everybody's name. No, I didn't
Those
have
are
to
the
write
most
it.
important ones.
Yeah.
I'm just writing down everybody's names for favorite moments.
Or just writing down everybody's names because Ellie said she did it. It seemed like a good idea. And you're wondering why Kyle and Tobias haven't been talking to you recently.
All right. Ready. I'm also nervous.
Glad you're going first.
I'm not.
Alright, did you send
was
this to me on
something like-
Messenger?
Yes.
Brilliant. There it is.
Something like someone
Thank you.
else could set the groundwork.
I have to go after JP.
You say that like it's a hard act to follow. Mine's just gonna be, man, I love smoking cigarettes.
It's literally just.
Katie
All right,
smokes
number
cigarettes.
2. Number 3.
I thought he was accidentally going to drop some lore before
Oh, I
announced
was.
it.
I had to think.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, good.
There's gonna be another joke comment that I was like, wait, that one has Lauren.
Maybe we'll see what Papa
Caden
Oakdale
goes to the server.
looks like with his straw hat on.
Now you said the left side, but there's no left sides. Am I just
It's
reading what
probably
you wrote
formatted
here?
differently on the messenger, is
On Messenger it's come up differently.
No, I meant
You said
The
left,
left
side.
side of the stream can
Yeah.
do that memory miss. She was making a joke saying the
okay.
left side.
Now,
Yeah.
Are you delivering
I
this?
get it.
Are you delivering this?
well,
Or
it was really obvious when
Yeah.
the three of us said, "Oh, we've got it." And
Oh, I thought you were just
Oh,
telling Josh he
other
can read the
side.
left side.
The
That's
right
what I
side
read
of the
too.
stream was like, we didn't do our homework, and we both said once.
I get it.
I grew up on Barrack Cliff. Scar was on a pirate ship at one stage.
yeah,
All right, so you're reading what you've got there,
sure,
or you want me to
I
read
can
it?
do that.
You can do it.
No, I've got this.
You got it. Okay, you just let me know when I need to chime in.
Oh, okay. Okay. Excuse the writer and me making a little bit poetic.
I love it.
Memory mist. Bobby. I'm really nervous to share this story.
Okay.
Wave after wave of heat assaults the earth. This year's summer one to splash about in pools and lakes, and so the estate lies empty of nobles and servants, each rushing to swim the warmth away. Only one walks the vineyards, crawling the vines as if exploring a jungle, despite the years she'd seen them, the many times she'd climbed them just as this. Bobby Barracliff of the Barracliff estate, one of the wealthiest family's daughter, roamed dry earth and dead leaves, picking grapes and berries from the fields. Her hair is still wet from the nearby pond where her parents still rest, her father painting, her mother diving in and out of the water like a triton. Even the servants have the day off at the Barracliff estate. It is the perfect day. Bobby runs the grounds she knows so well, her heart light and her head full of wonder. Drunk on summer heat, she races barefoot, smelling the barrels of spice wine stored only a little ways down the fields. But she's not alone. Bobby turns, her heart up in her throat, the presence of danger nearby murdering her joy. Something is wrong, she thinks, and sees a young woman approaching. Still as the shadow of a stone, she watches the young woman approach, a woman just barely, nearly a girl like her.
Come with me, and you won't be harmed,
she says. Bobby feels something other than fear stirring deep in her belly, a hunger that would not sate at food nor drink.
Are you deaf, girl? You're lucky I don't kill you where you stand. Come with me, or I'll send you piece by piece to your parents before I kill them. Abominations, the lot of you. Nothing but abominations.
The summer light falls low, and Bobby is sitting in the dusk. Dirt wraps around her, the cotton of her shirt, the silk of her skirt. Red where there wasn't red before. She looks down. The shadows lengthen as the sun sets for slumber, and somewhere far away her parents are calling. In the orange light, poking in and out throughout the trees, the vines, the fallen grapes and rotten leaves, she sees a sticky substance on her hands. It coats her skirt, her shirt, her bare feet. Her golden rings turned red, like a coat of burgundy. Beside her, in the damp dirt on this dry summer night, is a body. The head is crushed, tissue and bone spewed around, and the body is limp as only the dead can be. Bobby, her parents shout, and Bobby begins to sob.
Whoa. That was beautifully written.
It was. And so now, how Memory Mist works for character development, these guys have all seen and experienced this memory from that perspective. Amazing. All right. Next, we have Jace.
Oh, cool. I have to follow that.
Yours is just as good. I read it. I mean, I'm surprised like you could.
I couldn't highlight the lines on Messenger.
That's
Josh.
okay. I'm trying to read ahead now. I think I know where the first one is. It's after Jace's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds really morbid after that.
I know. Yep.
Do I just go when I'm ready?
Yes.
Alright.
The mist swirls, and then suddenly we were pulled away from that memory. It disperses, and then we slowly descend on Jace's memory.
Jace is training, one sword in his right hand. A lithe elven woman, some few hundred years older, stands opposite him, a dark scimitar in her hand. She attacks. Jace parries the blow and thrusts. She easily sidesteps and delivers a backhanded blow with her fist, stinging the side of his cheek. Jace grunts in frustration and delivers a wild swing filled with anger. A flash of disapproval comes over the elven lady's face. She smoothly takes one step to the side, Jace's blade swinging harmlessly beside her. Her dark blade comes down in a beautiful arc, like water making its way downstream. Droplets of blood follow the arc, splattering on the earth and ground below. Jace drops his sword and clutches the wound over the left side of his mouth. The elven lady brings the blade up, holding it level with Jace's head.
You are too careless.
There's venom behind the words.
Ours is not an art of wild swings, the swings and brute strength. Mind, body must be together in this harmony, in harmony. If you cannot learn this, then you have failed as my apprentice and as your teacher. And I as your teacher. And I as your teacher.
Jace blinks as cold wind and rain lash at his cheeks. The faded scar on his lip pulses with mild irritation. The lithe elven woman stands before him again, hair tossing wildly, holding the dark blade out toward Jace.
Take it! Go! Do not return!
She yells over the storm. Thunder roars and the vision fades.
What?
Whoa,
That's
man.
amazing, man! This is so good!
That's incredible. You are a very good writer.
Hells yeah.
Nah.
Oh, look at him.
Take
shake.
it! Go! Do not return! Amazing. Love it.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Hells
Those
yeah.
were amazing.
Yeah,
Both
All
of
right.
you should be
Both
very proud for
incredible.
that.
Alright.
If you like that, you should read my book.
Literally, drop your Wattpad, man.
Heck yeah!
Do
How do I do that again? Daniel, get on it.
So, Josh, we could do the one that we talked about very briefly beforehand, or we could do the one that I just messaged you about. If you want to describe a bunch of scenery and shit. I say scenery, but it's more just like a hallway. You like hallways? What are you guys reckon about hallways?
Take it or leave it.
Alright.
Up to you, Josh.
No. So either way, we're gonna scene build, right? Oh, okay. Let me just pull that up.
Can't think of any generic wait music, so instead you just get me slightly bobbing my head.
Where is it? Number 2? Can you highlight it? I can see that you're in here with me.
Yeah, I've highlighted it. Scroll right down to the bottom,
Straight
and then just a
down the bottom.
little bit up.
Oh, there we go. Right. Which one do you feel like you're doing?
Your pick.
Do that one.
You could do both.
Nah, we'll just do one. We'll do the one in the document.
Let's go.
Who's starting it? Do you want to actually bugger it?
Bugger it, you getting it? You got this, man.
Sure. I'm just gonna randomly ask you to describe exactly what you see because his descriptions are a lot better than mine.
No way, man.
So
okay, so I'm building the scene, right? Is that what you want?
Pretty much. Yeah. So from the perspective that you see, Caden wakes up just surrounded by darkness. I don't know if you can feel exactly what he's feeling, but there is a searing pain in his chest and just a sudden rush of adrenaline. When he tries to move, his muscles are aching. He feels like he hasn't used them in a very, very long time. It's strange, even with his dark vision, he's in pitch black, and as he starts to feel around, he realizes he does not have much room to move. Less than a foot above him, even less than that either side. Tries as hard as he can just to shift whatever's on top of him to try and break whatever confines he's in, but again, his muscles are just shot to shit. He tries and fails and nearly gives up several times. He's not entirely sure where he is or why he's here. But eventually he does manage to summon something from within himself, and with just kind of one surge of, I guess, magical essence, using a muscle that doesn't require frequent squats or bicep curls, I guess. More just big brain plays. He sends whatever was on top of him sailing away, skittering off into the darkness, and he realizes that it was in quite a small stone box, and again, summoning pretty much all of the strength that he can. His muscles still aching, his joints searing with pain. Yeah, hops out and can see from just much further down the cold stone hallway that he's in, little bits of light filtering through something. Josh, describe the rest of the hallway.
Hells yeah. This place was once ancient, but no longer is it. Once still, you can see the dirt billowing out across the decrepit hall. Piercing once was worked stone are thick, heavy roots. No one has been here in a very long time.
collapsing to the floor as he rolls out of this stone box. He realizes exactly where he is and realizes that he's never seen where he is from that perspective. He's in at least what he believes to be the crypt of his ancestors, and as the thin streams of light kind of pierce through whatever's obstructing the exit way, he can see his hands much more frail than he remembers, and skin, wrinkled and withered. Any muscle or fat that was on his bones is barely there. His chest is beginning to hurt even more as he moves. His joints, pain's just intensifying, but he manages to shamble towards what he believes to be the exit, only to find that it is completely obstructed by what appear to be ancient tree roots that have grown and passed over this exit way over possibly decades. It's now that he realizes, with a little bit more light and the ability to discern color, because he's not red-green colorblind like me, he's wrapped in crimson robes and piecing things back together as the adrenaline finally starts to fade away over what seemed like an eternity of him hauling himself down a hallway. He begins to realize that he is dressed in something that he should not be dressed in given his current state. Any of the gaps are far too small for him to move through, so he does what he can, begins to attempt to move the tree roots out of the way, but they are far too thick and far too ancient to even budge. Again, managing to summon something from within him, he places his hands upon the roots, and with every ounce of his strength begins to, I don't know, focus, I guess, is the best word. Focus every ounce of energy that he can, and as he does, thin red threads begin to snake out from the cuffs of his sleeves and entangle themselves within the tree roots. Suddenly, in a blinding flash, they ignite, immolating the tree roots that were blocking his path. And he is nearly blinded by the light. He's apparently hasn't been using his eyes much recently either. Who knows why?
Flash of energy, heat, and light is turned to dead, cindering ash. Standing.
That expenditure of energy, he just falls forward into the now warm ash that lays in the exit way of his family's crypt, and when he finally comes to, he's greeted with the sight of, "Josh, describe what he sees, and that'll be it."
More ruin. From memory, right? From here, I'm reading.
Yep, that is 100% it.
The only living thing in this place is the one that is the owner of this memory.
That's Caden, by the way.
Didn't know if you wanted to reveal that or not. I don't know, man.
I wasn't meant to drop too much lore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one. Never mind.
Oh boy.
That was awesome.
Alright.
I don't know who's to tackle first when we get back.
Yeah, the first dive back in is like, ooh, don't make eye contact.
As the Dryads, how are you doing?
So what's going on?
Well, we didn't delve into your memories. What's the go there?
We'll just bring up Caden's not okay.
Yeah. No, he's not good. He's not great.
That's good.
So Ellie and I are going to be improving hers because she's playing a front story character with amnesia. So we pull away from that place of ruin and death, fading back into the memory mist. And then there's darkness. You are not sure where the beginning or end is, but you are here, being. You start to hear on the edges of your perception the sounds of nature trickling in. A woodpecker. The sound of drifting leaves. The lazy river bubbling by. And then you start to see the very faint hues of red behind clenched eyes. Drip, drip, drip. It must be raining. Wait. What is rain? Drip, drip, drip. Woodpecker. The bubbling river. Maybe if I opened my eyes, I could see. For the first time, as far as Raya can recall, she opens her eyes, staring up at a canopy reminiscent of moth-torn fabric. Light blaze through. You begin to breathe. Shallow at first, but then deeply. The cold air stings your lungs. It feels good to feel that. You take in a big inhale through your nose. The smell of wet dirt, damp bark, and moss. Maybe if I sit up. For the first time that Raya can recall, she sits up. Ellie, would you like to take over from here?
She slowly opens her eyes and seeks out the sound of where the woodpecker is and where that bubbling stream was.
It doesn't take you too long to find the woodpecker, busily looking for its meal. Small tug at the side of your mouth in amusement. You look off into the distance and you see that river.
I'll slowly go to stand up and head towards the river.
You're there now. Watching it move in and out, up and down. You see it rush and then slow. It's soothing.
I'll touch the water, dipping my hands into the water, taking a sip from the stream.
It's cool and refreshing. You drink shallow at first, but then deep, and it hits your belly, heavy. Off in the distance, on the horizon, you see a mother and its fowl. Deer. This place is filled with so much beauty and wonder. What a treasure. Then you see it. The hunter takes out its bow. Slowly, it takes out an arrow and knocks it and pulls back, taking aim.
I wish to reach out towards the hunter, towards the deer.
You do so. And then the arrow is released. What do you do now? The mother is felled.
I run to the mother of the deer.
As you run over, you can see the hunter watching you. Hey! Stop! That's my kill. Knocks another arrow. Pulls back.
She turns around and greets its eye and tries to gesture him away, taking a rather protective stance next to the fowl.
You can have the fowl. Leave the mother.
She kneels back down to the mother and does what she can, inhaling her breath and breathing out again.
Another
so
arrow is released. A warning shot digs into the dirt nearby. I said, leave the mother.
She continues to heal the deer.
Right, I warned you. The arrow is released. You feel a bite at your neck. As you lay looking up at the canopy again, the hunter looks down at you. You're lucky. Takes the mother. Good luck. And leaves you there, bleeding.
She reaches for her throat and starts coughing up the blood. Kneels in the canopy, hacking up blood and mucus, trying to cease the bleeding where she can.
You managed to do so.
She reaches for the fowl.
It moves closer.
Sorry, you've gone really quiet. What did you say?
Oh, it does move closer towards you.
Okay. She holds its head in her hands, wiping away whatever marking, and walks towards the forest with the deer. And towards the stream again.
Alright. That's where we'll leave that memory.
Yeah.
Okay. Skara.
I sent you some stuff. I don't know if you want to do that though.
I'm down. Also, Ellie, are you okay?
Yeah.
It was a heavy scene.
Dude. Yeah.
Who knew her first memory was her dying?
I just wanted to check in because it was a heavy scene. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm sweaty and my hands are clammy, but
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
okay.
Improv,
Wakes
man.
up, dies. Spawn.
That's
my
how
gosh.
we do.
I can talk about things.
Yeah. All right, let me look what Em's got here.
Oh, this feels bad waiting for it to be your turn.
Yeah. First isn't a picnic though. I think Daniel had the sweet spot.
Yeah, Jason
Jason.
No. Jace, Daniel, who are you? I can't remember. You're all like.
This is why you write people's names down.
Like that. You had the good spot. Is the
Did I?
that statement?
Did I?
Yes.
I think everyone's gonna complain about their spot no matter what.
I mean, mine was pretty good. I managed to write something. I don't know how cohesive it is because I was trying to listen at the same time.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be tough.
Yeah.
I really hate the idea that if Raya was able to talk, she would have been able to like scream or at least shout to make the deer flee.
Well, I didn't think about that till now.
Can anyone hear the music?
It stopped for some reason.
stopped.
Very quiet.
I thought it was just a lull.
A lull in the creepy piano.
Really glad
No,
we're not
that's
listening to
sad.
the creepy piano anymore.
All right. We pull away from the nature scene, the memory, and then we zoom in on Scar's memory. Sailing on a large warship, with various riggings croak and groan, holding against the tempest. The sky is overcast and foreboding. Dark storm clouds pregnant with rain. Are you off with the fairies, child? Your head snaps to attention, seeing your tutor. I think it might be the wrong voice. I can fix that though. So what's the what voice should I go for? So sorry.
Oh, that was totally up to you. I was happy to see what you did with it.
Are you off with the fairies, child? Your head snaps to attention, seeing your tutor. Watching you with searing disapproval. Finish your work. Your fingers resume their grim task. You pull the signals.
Final. That was meant to be final.
You pull the final stitch through the canvas and flesh, sealing the body bag. Somber, weary soldiers step forward and gently heave the final body up and over the side of the ship into the shifting tides. Your tutor murmurs condemnation at you. He could have saved more of them. Were you a better healer?
I saved many.
Not enough. It's not you. It's not your blood. Your ancestors are inquisitors, tormentors, and sorry. This sentence is huge. Let me try and reread this. It's a good sentence. I just need a second to read it. Okay, got it. Not enough. It's not in your blood. Your ancestors are inquisitors, tormentors, and torturers. It is an abomination that you persist to use such a power this way. I'm gonna post that in the chat.
I think you chose the accent you chose for that.
very hard.
sentence
Yeah.
it was nothing but Oz.
Yeah, it was all ours.
Default should just be snobby French. Oui, your ancestors.
I'll read it out in my normal voice.
That's me trying to roll it off.
Not enough. It is not in your blood. Your ancestors are inquisitors, tormentors, and torturers. It is an abomination that you persist to use such power this way. Do you want to push on from this? Or do we zoom out?
I'm happy to zoom out there.
Alright, what type of mood or feeling do we have after that sentence? Not enough. It's not in your blood. Your ancestors are inquisitors, tormentors, torturers. It is an abomination that you persist to use such power this way. 6th sentence.
Just
Alright.
so the witch
anger.
hunters became the witch is what I'm.
You're right. So we need to move on to Jacbon.
To Josh, right? Josh is.
Josh's memory missing. Oh,
Yeah.
let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, I went before Izzy. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I remember.
Alright, so what do we do, Jacbon?
Well, this is something I started to write long ago, and have been frantically finishing it. I guess.
How about it, man? Is there any certain music I can go for? I'm kind of like scoring on the fly here, but I can try and look for something.
Maybe like a chase.
A chase.
Benny Hills. That's what I want.
Alright, let's this one.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds pretty dope.
Okay, I'm gonna put my camera up here. I'm sorry, guys.
You got it, man. Let's hear it.
Okay. The sounds of heavy footfalls on dirt and leaves surround Thomas. The tinks and chinks of chain armor ring between each footfalls, and heavy gasps of air puncture the stillness of trees. Panic and stress drive a group of armored soldiers through a mad dash over the underbrush of the Lord's forest in Terma. At the front of this mindless sprint leads the fresh-faced half-elf Thomas. He can feel his sides burning in exhaustion, and every labored breath is agonizing in his lungs. Thomas! We must stop! We can't keep this pace! Without faltering his stride, Thomas can barely manage to pant. Not yet! From behind the fleeing soldiers, the beats of drum war violently wake the forest. Signaling horns blast into the air, tracking the positions of the soldiers. A great hunger consumes the trodden path and leaves deep scars in its wake. Thomas continues to run, sweat pouring from his forehead and blurring his vision. He shakes his head clear to clear the sweat, but the action upsets his balance and his feet catch on the uneven ground. With a hard slam into the dirt, Thomas's momentum comes to a forceful stop. Just as quickly as Thomas can even register his faltering, he is seized by the sets of two large green hands and dragged to his feet, still being carried forward. Unable to form a meek attempt at words, Thomas allows himself to be half carried, half dragged, taking a second to appreciate his strong half-orc sergeant, Thordak. We need to make a stand. There's a clearing up ahead, Thordak. If we can defend its tree line and keep the distance, maybe we can live to fight another day. The sun is fading. Thomas stands alone in the center of a forest clearing with his head hanging low. Heavy black smoke engulfs the last waning rays of light. His breath is deep and calm. The ground he stands on is torn, uneven. Thomas's ears are filled with ringing adrenaline. The tree line is battle-scarred and dyed a deep red. Thomas finally opens his closed eyes as he raises his head to the sky above. Radiant, holy light blinds Thomas's vision, and his mind is invaded with the echoes of seemingly endless voices. Thomas's exhausted body is overwhelmed by these sensations and begins to lose his fight to maintain consciousness. Thomas's last memory of this day, as his legs begin to give out under him, is seeing all of his comrades bathed in a green light, and the last echo in his mind, the blessed. And that's that.
Holy moly.
Dude. Oh,
That was fucking.
yeah. Let's go. The blessed? What?
My
Yeah.
heart was racing.
Oh man. You
It
were
was
like, you
okay.
are matching the pace of them. Wow.
No, it's because my heart is racing like 1,000 miles per hour, and
It
I'm
was-
trying to breathe and talk and fuck.
Yeah, man. And you were hitting those notes like on that song as well. Like it was so good.
Should we just start favorite moments early, or?
Like I could hear the war drums and the horns as well. Oh man, I saw the half orc commander as well. Oh, it was amazing. Well done. Okay, that is memory mist. So very fun. Okay.
Watch us not talk to each other when we return back.
Bye, Toe. Okay, so does anyone else have any other memories that they want to share?
I don't think we can top that. So I'm good.
I mean, I'd like to do this again when I've actually written them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when I finish my second
Yeah,
one,
you
I'd
guys
love
are
to do it
addicts.
again.
You guys are memory mist addicts. Let's just go.
I was frozen in
You know
decision.
how hard it is for an asthmatic to read aloud? I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
losing my breath as I read for
You guys
really
did
long
amazing.
periods of time. Oh,
I said 3 words.
And they were amazing, as always.
I said nothing and something died.
All right.
So we're killing these dryads for that, right?
But is it the dryads?
Is it the giant? They'll get back and they would have robbed us and eaten all our food.
I think it genuinely is Fluffles or Fluffy or whatever.
Snuffles.
Snuffles. That's what it was.
I most certainly wrote that down as a note. That's definitely
Oh, this is just when I revealed Jace to be a villain the whole time.
Is his name Snuffles as well?
Lord Snuffles.
All right.
I love my notes so much.
So Triaseal's a bit of a dick.
Oh, you've just noticed?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's with that?
And so, your treat has been given. Did you have fun? Very well. Hold your tongue. I'll see you next year.
We've got a year, guys.
I'm gonna get ahead on my homework.
All right.
Jason, Jace, Bobby, and Jacob, could you just send me what you have?
Like I was Jace, Bobby, and Jacob.
Yeah.
We all know Thomas.
I get a people name.
You all slowly come to and realize that you had been standing in a daydream, or perhaps a day nightmare, losing yourselves for a moment. The Dryads are staring at you, wondering why you aren't moving or replying or saying anything. Furrowed brows hold that expression.
What the fuck was that?
What? I think I was daydreaming a bit.
Scar is just moving about trying to see whatever did that. What is this place?
This is our grove. You see one of the dryads pop in, another chocolate-covered cherry, and another joyful expression is bloomed out. What are you doing in our grove?
Did everybody experience that?
Depends. What did you just experience?
I had a dream and you were all there.
Actually, no. Come to think of it, I think we did all experience the same thing. Hey, Thomas.
Yes, Caden.
Look at my camera. The bit afterwards. Did we all see that as well?
I feel exhausted.
Ken looks over to Bobby, kind of piecing together that everyone has kind of experienced what has just happened. How's Bobby looking?
Mm. Silent would be the word. And expressionless. Think you'd have to put it in effort to get her attention right now.
Gara, since you seem to be able to talk to the dryads, would you mind asking if we could rest here for a while?
My companions and I would like to rest here if you could let us. We've experienced something strange.
If it helps, Skara, Thomas will dig into one of his pockets and produce the acorn that he took from the sanctuary in Fiolum. I've been trying to find a place to plant this. Do you mind offering it to them, please? As a gift.
She takes it and inspects it, a little confused.
It's an acorn.
My friend would like to offer you his nut.
What was the exact wording there?
My friend would like to offer you his nut.
You're amazing.
She called him friend, though.
That's a big
Yeah, she
deal.
did.
But he doesn't understand the language.
Kaden giggles.
It's a special nut.
Oh, no.
You see the other one whisper in. You see the one behind the one that's doing all the talking whisper in the ear. They both look Thomas up and down and giggle.
Stop, guys. I got in trouble for flirting with the cave. Stop.
I'm passing it over at the same time.
They hold out their
The nut has
hands
been delivered.
and they take the acorn and inspect it. This is beautiful. You. Yes, you can stay in our grove.
Thomas, I think they liked it.
What's your issue, Caden?
I don't know why, but I'm understanding this conversation, and Scarlet didn't quite translate what you said.
Gara.
Oh no, we shouldn't trouble them with our troubles. They are our guests. See the one that's doing the talking say to the one that's been whispering in the ear.
What troubles?
There is a sickness in our grove. One that we have not the strength to heal.
We have some skill here. Maybe we could help. In addition to the nuts.
In character.
Why would you be so kind?
I was just remembering some old things, and maybe we could help to heal this. She'll let the others know as well. She'll translate that there's the sickness. What kind of sickness?
One of ours gave themselves to love. And it was too much.
Gave themselves to love.
Yes.
Caden, you said you understood this. I don't understand.
I think if you're as confused as I am right now, that, yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what it means to give yourself to love.
To give your heart.
Are they talking in the literal sense?
Do you mean that literally?
Yes.
So what happened when they gave their heart?
She began to burn and break and disintegrate.
Did this happen somewhere? Can we see what this is?
Yes. We will show you after you rest. Thank you.
We appreciate your kindness. Thank you. Turn back to the others. Have you heard of giving someone your heart literally and burning because of it?
No, but I'm not a plant person.
Do plants have hearts?
I mean, plants typically don't, but they seem like people more than plants.
Well, they would like our help after we rest. They will show us more what they mean.
I hate to be that guy, but we did also leave a small child and a magical rock creature back at our other camp alone.
You're right, we should. How far travel was it?
Half an hour. I don't know how far we walked from the crossroads to here. It was some 2 hours to the cave, I think. Or an hour, maybe.
From here to camp, I don't think it was very far, though. Because I think we got to the crossroads pretty quickly. Mao detected the giggling, and then we walked a lot further to the cave.
Thomas and Raya, do you know? Can you guess? You're good at this thing.
Well, I was moving at a lot faster of a pace than you guys to catch up. I guess maybe half an hour.
Switching back to Sylvan, she just asks the dryads if it's okay if we leave for a short time and return. Like 1.5 hours.
Yes, that's fine. The other one says.
Okay, well, maybe we should go get them.
Please bring more treats.
They would like more chocolate. I look at Bobby expectantly.
Not getting anything.
Well, I'm gonna need about 10 minutes to put my goddamn armor back on, so...
Would you rather stay here and wait?
Would it be faster if you had help?
Probably, but also staying here doesn't sound too bad. Can't remember seeing anything too dangerous between here and the camp. Except, the magical owlbear stealing cave, but I think we've made friends with that since, haven't we, Thomas?
I have, yes.
Oh. No, it's up to you. I can come with or stay here.
Well, I did tell Lorelei that I wouldn't be too long, so I'm happy to head back to gather them if some of you guys want to stay here. It wasn't that dangerous of a trip.
I generally don't like to split the party, even though I just nominated it.
Just remembering how I fucked over all yours and Josh's plans, Jack.
Fine. It's fine.
Well, do we want to stay half here and half go, or just Caden stays?
I don't want to be a dick, but I don't want to be left with the scary tree people by myself.
You find that there's one suddenly standing behind you that you didn't notice. Just looking at you.
Thank goodness they don't speak common.
In wonderment.
So we think.
Yeah.
Jumps a little bit.
Scar, could you please translate that I'm going to go and put on my armor now?
No, I'll stay with you.
No.
Okay. That's the first words you've said in a while, Bobby.
As you
You
walk,
okay?
you can see this one follows in each of your footsteps playfully. Almost
Can,
mocking you how you're walking.
Can Coda pour along with them?
Coda sees this and remembers what happened before and tries, falls over, then tries again.
Noticing this and wanting to kind of cheer Bobby up a little bit, Caden sets his armor down very, very gently and sets down the rest of his belongings and spins around to face the Dryad and takes one very long step backwards, like almost like a kind of like skip backwards.
The Dryad mimics you.
Does that once
Mirroring
more.
Does it again.
This time to the left. And Misty steps 30 feet to the right. But just appears like...
Sees that, and then Tree strides doing the same thing, and then does...
Yes!
Gotcha.
Caden's just...
Alright. Yeah, so it's just the two of us. Me and Bobby staying behind. And new friends.
Raya would
This one comes up and starts inspecting your braid. Pulling your ears from each side, just like seeing the tension of them. Is impressed. Tries to inspect your teeth. Like pulling them by doing this. It's like come on.
That's weird.
Come on. Saying in Sylvan.
Raya will go over to where the Caden and Dryad is, look meaningfully at the Dryad, and then reach up to Caden's head and then noogie him in hopes that he opens his mouth from that.
This one lets out a chuckle.
The rest of you better be back pretty goddamn quickly.
He says, like, half joking, half very serious.
Amazing. And so those sort of things continue to happen as the party leaves. Now, were you guys wanting a scene, Caden and Ellie? Caden and Raya?
Oh, Bobby's there
Bobby.
too.
And Bobby's
And
staying
Bobby.
as
We
well.
went, yeah, so it's Raya, Bobby, and Caden, and then Jace, Scar, and Thomas.
Okay.
Even split
So
down
let's
Who
was-
even parties.
which group wants to go first?
I would like to run away on my own. Gonna go rob a caravan.
I elect Jace, Scar, and Thomas to go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming you guys also good with the party split? The three and
Yeah, I'm heading back. Either way.
Seems
Okay,
like good
So
fun.
we're going with the stayers first.
How many can we kill in one session?
The
Right now
stayers
we're
first.
going with the levers first.
6? Wait, who's going first? The stayers or the goers?
The goers.
Should I stay or should I
go? Yeah. It doesn't take you long to get back to your camp. It is close to half an hour. When you arrive back, off from a distance, you hear the sound of quiet sobbing. And as you push past the threshold of the forest, you see, huddled up, Lorelei. Her shoulders quake with each sob. And next to Lorelei, you see a pile of boulders, stone and gravel.
Laura, what's going on?
She continues to sob.
Is that Trembler?
I'll approach. What is this? What happened?
Your words don't seem to be getting a reaction.
All right, we don't have enough time for this. Jace reaches into his coin purse and he grips a copper coin in his hand and then leans down in front of Lorelei and casts Detect Thoughts on her. what happened while we were gone.
As you cast Detect Thoughts, you feel that Lorelei is awashed with shame and sadness, and you also understand that she fears that you are going to blame her for what happened. What you understand and gleam is that Trembler, for some unknown reason, started to deconstruct and fade. The lightning that held Trembler together, no longer present. Trembler also handed her the coin, which Lorelei doesn't know why.
All right. I don't see any way this could be your fault. Okay, but did anything happen before Trembler gave you the coin? Did Trembler try and say anything?
She wants to believe your words that you don't lay any blame on her. She doesn't answer, but your spell reveals that it was sudden and unexpected. There was no words traded, no reason to it. The creature just started falling apart. Her mind flashes. You can see that. Oh, sorry, you experience that she's going through the various whispers that she hears between the party members and the worryful looks. It's akin to anxiety.
I need to go check on Trembler. Scara, do you wanna take over here?
She sits down next to Lorelei and just nods silently at Jace. At a little bit of a loss, she really awkwardly tries to pat her back. It's clearly meant well, even though it's a terrible gesture.
She has her face buried like this around her knees. And as you pat, glistening eyes peek out over the horizons, the clefts of her forearms and shoulder, bicep. And she matches your gaze, Scara. You're gonna blame me. They already think I'm a monster.
I don't think anyone will blame you. That creature it hurt us all when we thought we were enemies. I don't believe you could have done this alone.
She hears your words and says, "It was more of a friend to you than I will ever be. That creature looked like a monster. It held no ill content. Sorry, the party held no ill content to it. I think I should go."
I think lots of things are monsters, and many people are monsters. And sometimes they say I am a monster. And We just have to prove them wrong with time.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm a charisma class.
Proficiency in everything but persuasion.
Does my inspiration track across games, or is it per game?
It's per game in it, but you do have one.
Ooh, okay, yep.
Just make sure it's
Charisma
ticked off your
class.
off your sheet. I know, right, Soteris? But Emma has to have her mic on push to talk.
Oh, he's still picking up Link.
Yeah. It's the best.
Oh,
Everyone loves
sorry.
it.
It's so annoying being on push to talk. Okay, let me just do some maths. Bear with
Oh,
me.
wow. Was math involved? Okay. Jace, as you head over to where...
22.
All right. We'll get back to you, Jace. With that 22,
Oh, you can go to Chase if you want.
It's all good.
you see her lean into your nook and just sort of sit with you. Jace, you are now at what was Trembler.
Thomas, there's no way that she was lying. Trembler gave her the coin and then fell apart. Can you help me find the lightning rod that Trembler was originally built around?
All right,
It should be
Thomas.
somewhere in here.
Yeah, Thomas, who had been standing on the edge of the camp, just kind of knowing that Trembler just wasn't anything anymore, and definitely wasn't going to be the person to handle Auralite. Will quick step up onto the rocks and start scouting through them, trying to see if that metal pole is still there.
Rough, worn, heavy rocks and stone is pulled off and cast aside. It doesn't take you long. You do find the rod, still partially melted in places. It no longer holds the charge it once did.
Yeah, he'll dig down in and pull it out. I've got it here. And as he pulls it out and hands it over to Jace, can you identify? Is there any magics you could do?
Identify will take me some time, but for now I can just see if there's any magic left at all. He takes the rod out of Thomas's hand and kind of holds it up and then draws this arcane sigil in the air as he casts detect magic.
All right. You see that it's got no magic to it.
It's just gone. Completely void of any magic that was here before.
This land is crazy.
Why would a creature like this pop up and then later in the same day just completely disappear?
I wonder if it had anything to do with the magics of the Stormcallers. Maybe it was residue left over from their powers with that scuffle. Maybe it gave too much energy when it blessed us. And in saying that, Thomas would curiously look towards his bow to see if the etchings and the powers that were granted to us would still be charging his bow.
They do.
Okay. Maybe it expended too much giving us these. I am not a magically learned man. These are all just guesses for me.
And why would it give the coin to Lorelei?
What is the coin?
It wouldn't tell us. it was something that it wanted to protect, and only if we were willing to give ourselves would it hand it over. It said, I don't remember exactly, something. The coin is dangerous at the very least, but presumably also powerful, potentially helpful in the right hands.
You know, I've never had the feeling of, or this feeling of someone else pulling strings around me. You know? It feels like a lot in Ostedor we just have to react to. We never seem to be in control here.
Control is hard to define. I mean, anywhere you go, you're gonna be missing control sometimes. When you're at sea and you find yourself in a storm, there's nothing you can do but hope that it blows away without destroying the ship that you're on.
Do you think we'll live to see the top of this mountain? Everyone we've spoken to, goddamn, even a cave we spoke to, said it's death for us the further we travel up here. And I mean, we've just lost a magical rock giant elemental. Who knows what it was? I was pretty confident until just now.
A somewhat different question has been bugging me, which is, if we choose not to go to the mountain, what happens to Raya? We're only doing this because she needs to. For now, I think I'm gonna hold on to this just in case. But I think we should head back to the others. And I think we should try and not leave the coin with Lorelei too long.
I think, well, we can't really leave her by herself anymore.
No, she'll be coming with us, but I don't want her in possession of the coin for too long.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just mean we'll be able to keep our eye on her, at least. Not in, yeah. Crazy child. Crazy, crazy child.
You don't know the half of it.
Not entirely her fault, though.
Hopefully not.
And scene.
Just that is smack on 9:31.
Let's go for that break.
Mhm.
Yeah, guys, we will be back in 15 minutes. Enough time for everyone to get a stretch, do all that. We will be back at around 9:45. Thank you for being with us. We will continue to play the game. I'm going to put on some crackling fire for our break screen. We will see you soon.
against me. It's insane.
Back.
I should learn Shadow Play.
Okay, so we wanted to chat about Trembler, apparently, about what happened. Do we want to reveal the people that are privy
that's right.
to it?
So,
Morning, London! Or do we want to keep it a secret and the mystic and wonderment of the world and not having all the information unless you watch the shows? That's up to
I
you
like
guys.
answers.
You like answers? Because there are people here that know and there are people here that don't know. But I can't stop you guys from talking about it. But I'll let you guys decide.
Okay, well, do Daniel and Izzy want to hear?
Do you guys want to hear?
That's
Izzy
yes
said
from
yes.
Izzy.
Sorry, swallowing mango puree. Yep.
So, Trembler effectively came about upon the death of Makari, my monk character in Ashbourne, who, while being very angry at Thrum for the entirety of his life, discovered, much to his chagrin, that he was technically his son. So he was a little bit miffed, but then he died because he's an idiot.
Lightning hit Manton, the Krella's tree, and cast the wood into the ocean, and it washed up where it was eventually hewn into 3 siblings.
Yeah,
And that was revealed.
A badass, a pirate, and a dipshit. I played the dipshit.
What? And you played it super well.
Yes, thank you. But yes, so upon Makari's death, his essence effectively coalesced into Trembler. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Josh. Upon the last session of Ashbourne, however, Corbell was forced to make a sacrifice in exchange for great and epic boons, the nature of which will only be revealed on yesterday's episode.
Yeah.
But she required a sacrifice for each of the boons that she brought about, and for the first sacrifice, she gave up what was left of her dead companion, Makari. What people didn't realize before that decision was made is that it would erase, not only, like, it wouldn't just kill his spirit, it wouldn't just kill his, like, what was left of his body, it would erase him from history. The memories of Makari were plucked from each and every person's brain, and Trembler, the only remaining physical thing of Makari, turned to dust. However, Trembler was like, man, I have this mission to complete, and this mission involved delivering a coin unto someone, and being the lazy bastard that he is, Trembler / Makari decided to just shirk that responsibility and palm it off onto Lorelei. Quite literally.
He had 2 missions.
palming it
One was the coin. The second was to go to a place of Stone and Tempest, which was the birthplace of the siblings. Which would have been really cool. But all that was left of Makari.
Yeah, so
But never
every part of him was destroyed. However, Trembler still gets to be remembered because Trembler was not associated, at least in people's minds, with Makari.
Yeah, Trembler is his own thing.
Yeah. So when Makari disappeared, Trembler went, I'm gonna head out later, shit heel, and turned to dust.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it was last night. We
It's
were
a heavy
we were pretty
episode.
heavy with it.
Yeah,
That's not even the
like-
half of it. But it was. Oof.
There was a second boon granted and a second sacrifice. But to find out what that was, either M can explain it or you can watch yesterday's episode.
We're not opening that can of worms.
Awesome.
Okay.
So are we done with the camp scene, or do we want to interact with that more?
I think that's up to Skara.
I want to go back. Every second that we're split as a party, I feel like we're counting down to a huge encounter. I want to
Yeah.
be together.
So
So
party-
Thomas is going to go
Encounter
back and
turns
visit
out.
the cave.
So you guys start heading back to the grove. Now we start back with Caden with a very annoyed and serious look on his face, and his eyes twitching. And then we pan around and we can see that the Dryad is also this close to Caden's face and is just doing a staring competition with Caden. And comes up slowly. Boop. Just boops you on the nose. You don't. Boop. It does it again. And then the Dryad, remembering what Raya did before, mimics Raya and then starts to give you a noogie.
Looking Raya dead in the eyes with a soulless, pained expression.
This is, and I want you to know this, and I want this moment to linger in your mind for the rest of eternity. This is your fault. You've done this to me.
She boots
Takes me
you
like
on
an
the
hour and a
nose.
half. It takes me like an hour and a half to do this braid, and it's fucked.
You've got flyaways at this point from all the noogies.
Someone is going to fix this, and it sure as hell isn't going to be me.
Raya gestures to herself in this moment with a sly smile. She takes your hand and leads you towards the riverbank. To the bank of the water where Bobby is sitting, and gestures for you to sit down next to her.
He does.
She takes. She takes the. Oh my god, this is amazing. She takes the bind out of your hair and starts to like.
It's long as shit.
Yeah.
The braid went halfway down his back.
As she starts to comb through it, she will look to you and then look to Bobby.
You're being rather quiet, Bobby, and with a lot of people that would generally not bother me, but you're normally rather, talkative.
I'm sorry.
It's, you don't have to apologize. That's more of just my very roundabout and convoluted way of asking if you're alright. Because, and don't take this the wrong way, you don't seem it.
I never wanted to hurt anybody.
If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, I don't think you had much of a choice. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea who that was?
No.
Well,
No. But afterwards, no one was looking for her. I thought they'd look for her.
I think the kind of person walks up to a child, tells them to come with them, or they'll be cut up into very small pieces and be sent back to their family that they'll then threaten to kill. Those kinds of people aren't the kind of people that other people go looking for when they go missing. Those are the kind of people that you never want to find. And
I know where to find her.
I'm sorry that you found her at all.
Your hair is very long.
Yeah,
You know, someone told me that the hair down here is like a decade old. And if that's true, then there are hairs on my head from then.
yeah.
Raya's braiding your hair really badly. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, that'd...
He's got little seeds and flowers. Been placed in there.
Yeah.
It's very terribly done. She's
Also-
pretty much
It's
just.
just inexplicably straw.
It's very reminiscent of what she thinks House Scar's hair has been braided, but it's and perhaps towards the end she's even like done this to it. She's done her best though. It's almost like listening into this conversation. She has not been focusing more so on the hair, but more so on Bobby's expression.
He tilts his head back to look her dead in the eye and just goes,
You know what? I don't know why I trusted you to do this.
Suddenly your head. Okay.
You woke up in a forest and can't remember anything before that, so I guess if between now and then someone had taught you to braid hair, while it would have been extremely convenient, it would be incredibly strange, and if I'd thought about that for more than 2 seconds, it'd be really unlikely. Bobby, on the other hand's hair seems to be in pretty immaculate condition most of the time, so if you could kindly stop rubbing...
As you finish that sentence, your head jerks back. Coda has a piece of your hair, his beak, and is pulling at it.
Ryo, get that fucking owlbear off my hair.
She scritches Coda under the chin to try and let go. Nuzzles into him. Evidently now Caden would possibly see that Raya's hair also is never brushed, never done, is quite a mess, quite a muck. She regards Bobby for a moment, a silence of understanding and her eyes emitting a kindness. She goes to the other side, sort of crawling on her hands and feet, her knees getting rather muddied, and sits next to Bobby, and then looks over to her, greeting her eyes, and then gestures her arms open with a small smile upon her now.
Well, I'm definitely gonna hug you. But oh, sorry.
I was gonna say she gestures to Coda to join, and looks to Caden with a smile as well.
Coda looks at you, tilts the head to the side, and then slowly gets back on two haunches. 1, 2, and then doesn't make the third step and falls forward.
She grabs him and pats him on the forehead. Pulls him in, this big lug teddy bear.
I need to fix Caden's hair now. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah, cheers for that, Ryan.
Adorable, but ridiculous.
So, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, Raya will then just proceed to, as Bobby fixes Caden's hair, to shape water amongst the water, a few droplets around her, occasionally bringing a piece of it up for Coda to have a drink.
Do you want a diamond in your hair? They're not real, but
who's she talking to?
you.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, why not, really?
Okay. I'm gonna tie it on the band. So it probably won't be seen, but it's there.
But he knows. We all know.
Jace, Thomas, you're leading the way back. You should be there soon. What are you guys talking about?
Jace has been pretty quiet. His eyes are sort of glazed over as he's looking at the scenery around them. You see that the metal rod is clutched tightly in his right hand. He's not starting any conversations.
Thomas?
Strangely, a lot more connected to his surroundings than he feels he usually is. He's purposefully reaching out and touching the trees and feeling the leaves and the bark around him. Almost touching and feeling at scars on the trees that aren't there. He's kind of deep in thought, and kind of, I guess, also not really starting conversation.
That's okay.
Unless he's just scared of Skara, so he's just...
Skara, as you watch Jace and Thomas walk ahead, Lorelad walks next to you. Still also not saying anything.
Are you all being like this on purpose?
I want to say, oh, so you can talk in this. But I can't say that. Sorry, I am a bit distracted, Scar. I don't mean to unsettle anyone. Say, you're really good at handling Lorelei. Do you have a younger sister you helped raise up at any point? A child of your own?
I have a sister. She's not younger than me.
Did she take care of you then?
Definitely not.
Hmm.
Didn't you say you had a brother?
Yeah, I did.
Did he take care of you?
Kind of, you know. I'm not sure if your sister did the same thing. There's always that weird competition. They're older, they have to do everything better than you, but I mean, Josiah, he was fine. He would throw his weight around if any of the older kids pushed me around a bit too much. He would always help me finish my chores once his was done. And I mean, I guess he was just a simpler man wanting to stay on the farm.
It doesn't sound so bad.
You guys smell that burning scent again. The one at the tray, the fork in the road. Let's go back to the grove. Caden is looking fabulous.
Glittering.
The dryads are mesmerized as your fingers do their work, Bobby. Both of them go to Ryer, mimicking what you're doing. Coda's getting sleepy.
Aw. She will bring him over to her lap and place his head on her lap and start to just casually brush his fur, just very slowly and very deliberately. Her eyes seem distant for a moment as she does this. Subconsciously, her hand goes to her throat as she looks deep in the water.
The reflection stares back.
See anything interesting?
She pauses for a moment, noticing her reflection. Slowly, she reaches to her neck and takes away the bandage that has been there the time that you've known her. And she inspects the scar and the marking of what we saw before, the arrow. How aged is the scar?
It's like a silvered thread, reminiscent of the surface of the water which you sit upon. I would say that it is fairly old.
Whoever that was, I think he was right. A little further to the left and, well, you can probably gather what.
He was wrong.
Her
He was very
eyes
unlucky.
dart to you for a moment as you say that.
It does
Tried to
depend
do the
how
right
you look
thing.
at things.
Sorry, I missed both of you.
I said depends how you look at it, and Izzy said, you trying to do the right thing?
Yeah, it's the downside of being on the internet.
It's okay. It's like, I'm also still confused. Yeah, she reaches over to it and you can see her fingers slowly run down the side of the scar. She has a moment, a shiver that reaches across her spine. She straightens herself, her hand outreaching towards the water and brushing the symbol of the image away as she focuses very closely on Coda and slowly patting him once again until he falls asleep.
Are
Miss
you
Coda.
afraid of your reflection? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Her mind reaches out to Bobby. A soothing sensation reaches your thoughts as you see her forehead begin to glow. Oh, I don't know who it is. She looks in pain. But she is stronger with people around her.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear anything else when you're in my head?
No. Only what you want me to talk to you about.
Well, anyway, I was going to say something about not to be afraid of your reflection. Something that my mom said, but you're not afraid of your reflection, so it's fine.
What would you say if I was?
It's the one person who can't hurt you.
Seeing just unanimous favorite moments, right?
Yeah. Just everyone writing down, taking note of that. All right.
Thanks.
Hold that roleplay area as we go back. As you guys smell the burning scent intensifying, you hear off in the distance. Help! Help! Please! Someone! Help!
Is that? Would that? Is that? Did the Dryad say something about one of them burning?
They did. But I don't trust these woods full of illusions and magics that make me remember weird things.
Thomas is going to make a quick note of what direction it seems to be coming from, and see if he could place a distance or so from where he's standing to its source.
Caden is not with us. Maybe we could try to sneak in.
Within 200 feet. Give or take. The voice is yelling.
We have Lorelide, and the clearing is just up ahead. Do we take the moment to gather ourselves and potentially take too long? Or do us three handle this?
Help!
We go slowly towards it. I send Mao ahead. When I get a picture of what's ahead, we make our decision then.
I'm going to die!
Mao can go faster than us.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. God, I hope they're smart. I hope they understand. And Thomas is going to reach again into his pocket, and hanging on a silver chain is that crystal phial, now filled to the brim with liquid. And he's going to extend it out and hold it dangling there and slowly release his grip on it. And as he does, green light, everyone is now familiar to be synonymous with his magic, starts to speckle and float around it. And while the chain drops, the pendant holds itself suspended. And these speckled lights are slowly moving and forming and coalescing into a shape. That pendant becoming the heart of a green deer, for those who paid attention to the ray of enfeeblement, with the very large multi-spiked antlers, and it is a huge deer, bigger than what most people would ever see in their lifetime. Begins to form in that magic, and unlike before where it was just the shoulders and head in a charging fashion, this one is taking solid form, while still holding that greenly aura. Thomas will take a second, say, "Welcome back," and then whisper for it to go and get the others.
That was epic.
That was dope.
The hell was that? How has he been able to do that shit?
That's new.
Is it Ray of Enfeeblement?
No, it is Summon Shadow Spirit, which is a new UA
Right.
spell.
Yeah, we spoke about this.
It is quite literally, I have him for the next concentration up to an hour, but it's an entire stat block.
Hells yeah.
Capable of taking its turn in initiative and actions, and it's a whole shebang.
It's a buff, right?
Yep.
Strides off like a forest king, graceful, regal. All right, so let's continue with this scene, and then we'll bring in the buck.
Okay.
After hearing Bobby's words, she regards her for a moment, and a thought then crosses her eyes as she remembers the last time they spoke, be it in a dream. And she looks directly at Caden, and then in Bobby's mind, as she hears, "Where do you think he was?"
Crypt?
What?
Maybe?
What's a crypt?
Like a grave, but for a lot of people, and usually made out of stone or marble, and very fancy. Rich people use them mostly, or religious people. They're spooky places with lots of spider webs.
Do you think he was there because he's not right?
Yes.
It's just two girls just staring at Caden.
It is rude to talk about people behind their
Hey guys,
backs.
what's up?
As you guys
Caden just like waves awkwardly, like.
as Curtis slumbers.
She will
Try to
point
let
to
down
her. Oh,
a little fart,
I see little.
and he rolls over.
Smells.
Raya points to her heart, and then points to Caden, and then gives him a questioning look.
Yeah.
I think she's saying she loves you.
That's very kind of you, Raya.
And for a moment, her forehead tattoo dulls, and then Caden would feel the presence again. Where were you? Where were we?
Do you know what a crypt is?
Fuck yeah.
It's a place where lots of nobles go, and there's spiders, and there's lots of stone, and it's like a grave.
It's my baby.
Learning.
What you saw, at least, was me waking up in a crypt. At the time, I didn't know why. And I didn't know how long I had been there. I'm honestly still trying to piece together most of it. But the bits that I have gathered, nothing pleasant happened. And in case you haven't guessed, there were fucking witches involved. That's always fun. But no, I woke up in that crypt, I suppose, because for at least for a while, that's where I belonged. But you know, being dead got boring, so I left. Gets that. Sorry, you go.
You died, and the witches had something to do with it.
Yeah, they played a very, very direct part in that.
Who are these witches?
I mentioned it not that long ago, but, you know, considering all the things that have happened recently, it feels like a fair while ago. I was going to ask you if you knew of a certain location, but you don't even know what syrup is, so I'm going to just assume the answer is no. Where I grew up, very happy, secluded civilization, lots of dwarves and elves. We lived quite peacefully for quite a long time until witches, being the little shits that they are, decided to take up residence nearby. You know, that's obviously not good. I don't know if many people have, I'm rambling. Okay, the point is, at the time, I was a soldier. Myself and several of my friends were sent to deal with a witch that had taken up residence nearby.
They killed your friends, didn't they?
Yeah,
And you survived.
not quite. They killed my friends, and they killed me too.
Sure.
Yeah. Being the vindictive little shit that I am, though. Now, I thought if I'm going down, I'm gonna take them with me, and at least I thought I did. And I spent quite a while in that crypt. And only recently did I learn that they came back, except this time I wasn't there. My friends weren't there. And by the time that I woke up, no one was there. I don't really know the details of it. Aurelia, being the tight-lipped little shit she can be, decided to keep some of the details from me. I have a feeling to spare me, in a way. Yeah. Anyway, you woke up in a forest. What's the go there?
I don't know.
Green light starts to seep in off the cliff. There you see standing a forest king, proud and tall, horns high. It clips its hoof as it looks down at you.
Catch it in the right light, and that looks like Thomas. Like, look at the face. Boom. Thomas.
Raya will gesture over, like, with a sleeping coda on her lap. She gestures towards the glowing green buck. Do I recognize the magic as Thomas's, or do I recognize this as just another crazy thing that's part of the forest?
That was kind of what I was playing off, because
Yeah.
Jacbon literally said, you all recognize this as Thomas's magic.
Yeah. I was like,
No, that's fine. You recognize it.
yeah. Okay, Raya sends a confused look at it, gesturing it over, and looking to the others as well.
Sort of gestures towards where you guys came from. Starts to move off in that direction.
Guys?
Yes, Bobby.
I don't make the decisions here. This one's on you, big guy.
Well, it is somewhat cryptic. I think we should at least investigate.
If we die, can I blame you?
Yes, as you can.
Okay, let's go.
Caden kind of hauls himself up and
10 minutes.
holds out his hand, and once again, just in the blink of an eye, his glaive has appeared in it.
If this turns out to just be an elaborate ruse for someone to get me to take my clothes off, I'm gonna fucking kill someone.
Why don't they just ask you?
I don't know. Flirting.
And he starts heading off towards where the butt came from.
The butt?
Butt?
There we go.
Sorry, the asshole.
Raya stuck with a sleeping owlbear on her lap, kind of unsure what to do.
Friends, and I look at the dryads.
They are.
How would you like?
They're looking at their work on Raya's hair. Look back
How
here.
they were doing that.
How would you like to trade? Five pieces of chocolate bark for some owlbear sitting,
You're saying this in
which
common?
I've recently learned is not sitting on the owlbear.
You're saying this in common?
Shit.
Oh,
Tram.
I don't think they can understand you. Why?
There's a nagging voice that tells me that's true. Caden.
Caden, with the glaive over his shoulder, turns around very slowly.
Yes.
How would you like to have one piece of chocolate bark to translate what I said? I can go up to 2.
Caden points at at Coda and points to the dryads and just goes,
Bobby, I don't even know why I can understand these things.
They move over to Coda, who's sleeping, and start patting Coda.
he points to them and just goes,
braid his hair.
but in Sylvan.
They look down at the feathers, confused, shrug,
Raya
and
looks at you confused as well.
try their best.
She continues to pat Coda, and then looks up at the dryads, and in Sylvan, she speaks out loud. Safety, care, help.
They expression in the affirmative. Various nods.
Raya, you should tell Coda we're leaving so he doesn't wake up alone and confused. And we should hurry because I think the buck's gone.
You can't see it.
Should hurry.
Raya will like nestle towards Coda's beak, her face getting rather close to just slowly wake him up. She leaves her belongings next to him, and she does her best to express that she will be back.
Coda lets out another little fart.
That's the cinnamon spiced pumpkin chips I made him.
I don't think it agrees.
The dryads are like pulling up their hands in disgust, and then they chuckle.
If Bobby turns around, Raya opens her backpack to an assortment of treats that she's taken out of Bobby's backpack as the journeys has gone on.
Fucking thief.
Gestures for them to eat out of it, and then steps forward. towards the others. With
guys-
a lasting thought to Caden, a lasting link, she says, well, I'm glad we're not alone anymore. It would have been scary to wake up where you were.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was. Anyway, we have either an elaborate ruse or a death trap to fall for, so... Shall we?
Neither of those options are very good.
Yeah, sometimes life's a bit like that.
You're only saying that because you died.
You climb the stones, you come to the forest's edge, and you follow the green light through the dark silhouettes of the tree trunks. You eventually find your companions waiting for you.
I knew it looked like you.
Thank God you understood. I wasn't sure if you would get it.
Why didn't we send Mal, a cat that they recognize?
Well, you said we were going to use Mal for scouting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Raya would like to approach the creature that Thomas has summoned and try to pet.
That being said, if possible, in my mind, this is only my mind, I was imagining that us three did start slowly progressing. So we're not actually there, but at least we have progressed towards the sounds
Definitely.
while we're waiting for them.
Yeah.
I was also sending Mal ahead.
Yeah. Yep. But sorry, what were you saying, Ellie?
Oh, just that Raya would like to interact with the shadow creature. The green shadow creature.
Is it incorporeal or?
Yeah, it's incorporeal. It looks like it takes on the shape and most of the colors of a normal deer, but you can tell it's not completely physical.
Help! Please! Someone! I'm going to die! The cries get louder.
Well, that
No.
doesn't say. That sounds much less convincing.
Somebody please help! I'm going to die!
You three, that's what we're sussing out. The plan is to go in quietly. I didn't hear any tinks and chinks of your approach, so I assume that means, and then a pointed look at Caden.
Yes, it
We
means
have a
I'm up
better
shit
chance.
creek without a paddle.
So what'd you say?
I said we'll, have a better chance of being stealthy.
Please, would someone think of the children? Please!
Oh, there
Help!
are children now.
I'm going to die!
Can we roll an insight on this?
Right?
Are they actually gonna die, or are they just crying wolf?
I don't
It's
know.
actually just a
You
play taking
can you
place in
can
the
make
middle
your
of the
own assumptions.
Yeah, I think they're practicing for a play.
What does Mouse say?
Yeah.
Please help! You guys getting closer. The cries getting louder. Let me know when you want to link up with Mal.
Oh yeah, no, Mal's been like 100 feet ahead the whole time.
Sure, you're being led then as you peer through, or you're just getting pings back of what Mal is seeing and hearing.
Just every couple seconds, I just link back up and
Yeah.
have a look.
The trees become more wicked and waned. It's almost as if the land itself is sapping them of their vitality. Even more so, the closer you get to the voice. Seems to be a place of death. Then you see in a clearing a great old tree, scarred, scorned, and burnt. Standing there in the moonlight seems to be a woman crying out, "Please help! Someone help!"
Does she look injured at all? Or in danger at all?
She does look to be fully nude, covered in ash and scuff marks. Tufts of her hair have been pulled away, leaving bald patches.
Jace relays all of this. I'm very confused though, because she doesn't look like there's anything stopping her from moving. She also doesn't look like she's presently in danger.
Well, I have my mole, and you guys have everything that you need. So...
You have my bow.
and my
Yeah.
sentient axe.
Mal sends a message letting you know that the woman is approaching now.
Well, she's coming towards us.
She's coming towards Mal.
Well, she's coming towards Mal. What's the plan? Because I don't want my cat to die.
Well, if she even tries, I'll bash her head in.
Yeah, we're 100 feet away.
It's a pretty big mall.
If you want to pull Mal out of there, maybe we can just approach quieter. Emma, you're muted. Sorry. God, I hope you haven't been saying too much.
Oh,
No.
That is, I was wondering why nothing was happening.
I'm so
I
sorry.
pushed to talk.
I didn't notice. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. Yeah, the dryads mentioned a corruption.
The woman's trying to
I
call
don't think
over
it's
Mal.
wise to talk to her until we talk to them.
I assume that would have been the last thing I saw before I popped Mal out.
Oh yeah. Pop.
Yeah.
Go on.
You did say that there was nothing near her, no obvious danger.
Please, is someone out there? Help!
There's a tree with scorch marks, and she's covered in ash, and she's missing hair, but I didn't notice any signs of danger.
We've seen the danger a tree can pose.
Yeah, but this one's not moving.
Six-pointed
but
rules
it
of
wasn't
Lorelei.
moving. It wasn't moving when Tho was calling for help from the top of it.
And then the branch snapped, and I really hurt my shoulder.
I'm starting to understand why you hate the woods so much.
Yeah, it sucks, and I'm barefoot right now.
Can we... Jace, I don't know how many resources you've already expended today. I was kind of out of it. But are we able to approach with you detecting magic? Because, I mean, it would be an early warning sign if that tree's pinging like the last one did.
I can, but... Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, you can answer and then I'll go.
I can, but then I'm almost tapped at that point.
Hmm.
So, in an emergency, I may not have as many options as we'd like.
I was going to turn to Lorelei.
Oh, hey, Lorelei. I
You
didn't see you there.
you dreamed, I think, of many trees that were screaming. And I don't know, can you sense anything? Do you remember anything about this time?
You see a expression of self-inflection. Her eyes twitch from one side to other, scanning her inner thoughts. She looks back and shakes her head.
You don't sense anything, or you don't think that this is a tree like you were a tree?
I'm a girl. I'm not a tree. But no, I don't sense anything. I'm not sure.
didn't mean you were a tree. 'Cause we're for a time a tree.
Thomas,
Yes, Bobby.
none of us are trees, right?
I don't know.
I know you're out there, please! Help me!
Caden makes me pretty hard.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, you gave
Sorry.
it to the dryad.
Sorry.
If we would.
Please help me.
By the grace of the gods, please
I get
help
a
me!
mature content warning in chat.
Yeah. There it is.
Well, as long as we're all here, I don't think we have to worry too much of one woman that is naked in the woods.
Oh, she's naked.
You can't flirt with her.
Bobby, I was being nice to the cave.
I think you're being a little bit more than nice. Anyway,
Caden, your skin's turning green. Guys, focus up here.
Okay, Caden. Why is your skin turning green?
Is that in his head?
Yeah.
it is an expression that I will explain, and my skin is not actually turning green. I will explain after this if I am alive, and then if I'm not alive, maybe a while later, I'll explain to you after I become alive again. Anyway, we have shit to do.
I think that
Oh, sorry.
we should go. I think that we should help her. I don't want to not help her if she needs help.
Well, Thomas is unshouldering his bow. Not completely at the ready, like he's not knocking arrows, but and then he'll take a spot in the marching order where he's towards the back and able to keep his eyes forward and around, and everyone in his sight.
Caden raises up his glaive and just kind of shoulders up next to Bobby.
I am a lot more vulnerable without my armor. Mind if I stick by you?
I'll protect you.
Cheers.
Did I pick you? No, I did not.
So we're doing
Please,
this.
please, someone take the children!
She's annoying me now. We should go.
We have to think of the children.
Unfortunately, Scara, I think we're doing this.
Not you, Lorelai.
Yeah.
All right, who's moving in?
Other children.
Wait, before they move in, I will cast protection from evil and good on one of them.
I want to say Caden.
Yeah.
I feel like Caden's more vulnerable, but also Bobby's the one who we want taking all the hits.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'll have Rage up, because she's pissing me off.
Question: how long was my hair getting braided for?
Are you?
Not an hour and a half.
No, I'm pretty efficient.
How about an hour?
I'm also curious about short rest since the false Hydra.
Take a short rest.
Yeah, Misty Step.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can use Blade Song if we have to.
100%
sorry.
agrees with what I'm going to do right now.
I forgot to describe it because we didn't go back to the scene with Thomas, Jace, and Scar probably. But after he had conjured the woodland, the spirit, there would have been a moment there where he was resting on his bow, and those runes carved into his bow that Trembler gave him would kind of, when you light up a elevator tower, how it lights up bottom, sparks upwards, and you see it lighting up. His bow would do that, and essentially he's regaining a spell slot. But he feels like that energy and the power of Trembler entering and revitalizing him after expending the effort of casting a spell. So I have two spells, essentially.
So when did that happen?
after he'd sent the buck off and before they started heading towards the thing. So it would have only been Thomas, Jason, Scar, and Lorelei on the scene there. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I would like to go down on all fours and wild shape into a wolf. The body begins to shift and shape quite angularly. The fur beginning to grow. Her facial features changing. The eyes, though, staying that dark navy blue. Yeah.
You guys gonna stride out into the grove?
Chase?
What's up? Sorry, that weirds me out every time.
Where's Mixed Trembler?
I'll twin spell the protection from evil and good, by the way,
Good idea.
first level.
Where's the other one going, sir?
Caden and Bobby.
All right.
I'll explain later, Bobby.
Okay.
All right.
I will detect magic as we walk in as well.
I love how we have fully just prepared for battle, and it's just one woodsman, like all of that.
Children too.
Yeah. Like
We saw none. She's probably a witch.
She says one word and we all just stab her. Job done.
Yeah.
Were you just in a tree because I was meant to stab you before you came out of the tree?
I like to think we are just extra prepared for a diplomacy situation.
Yeah. It's like that whole Avengers Assemble transition of them all coming up into the battle line, and then it's like a stuffed teddy bear.
As you guys
Hey.
stride out into the moonlit grove, many dead trees around, staring back at you, you see the woman described. However, for everyone else, apart from Jace, you see someone different. Oh, look. It's the abomination. And that is where we're leaving tonight's session.
Wait,
Jace.
can we kill Scar's sister? Like, are you okay with that, Em?
Who says this is my sister?
I think like 3 things have been described as abominations this session.
The
Oh,
visage
yeah.
that you saw was the one from Bobby's memory mist.
Yep, that's
But not what Jay saw.
But Jay saw something else.
Yeah.
Jay saw the nudie woman and we saw Bobby's interaction.
The gutter, Jace.
She's a witch.
Yeah, that's super witchy. That's
Super fucking witchy, bro. That tree
He's
is
a
just literally another one of those trees that we saw with Lorelei, man. 100%.
Is Bobby a witch?
Bobby's definitely a witch.
I was a witch.
asked-
Do you
And
think I could...
Skara, Bobby's a witch. Skara's part of the Inquisition. It's all coming together.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I asked Bobby if she was a witch. Said no.
That's true. You've asked everyone except for yourself.
Scrappy has theories.
Convenient.
Scrappy, put
Back
them in
from the
like
dead is
D&D
pretty witchy.
questions or something. So I want to read them. What are your theories?
Yeah, Scrappy, let us know what your theories are.
Yes, everyone's theories.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys should post your
Oh,
theories as
man.
well.
Should that be a Discord channel? Because
Theories?
it would just be a lot of me and Ellie.
Just saying witches.
With that tinfoil hats on.
All right, let's get that
Oh,
low
I
Some
already
of
fire.
our
got one.
theories
It's ready
have
to
been
go.
so wild, but they have been and so incorrect.
No, right. It's
The best theory to ever come out of it was JP being like, I don't think Ashbourne, after I come into it, will have many interactions with the gods. I was very, very wrong.
Guys, thank you for being here for this session. We are about to do favorite moments. Favorite moments is something that we hold very dear to our hearts. It is how we develop as a table. What we do is we go around and we commend each other on excellence of play or cool moments that we thought. So we build each other up so we can come back next week and do it again. It's something, yeah, as I said, we love. So we're gonna start with Izzy. You praise yourself, and then you everyone will go around and give you what they loved, what you did, and then we go down the line. If you have favorite moments, throw them at us here. If we have time, we'll read them. If not, throw them in the Discord so we can read them there. Thank you very much. All right, Izzy, praise yourself.
I did really well with breathing control, reading incredibly long sentences at the start. At the end of it, it was like I walked up a flight of stairs, which is fun. And I do have another one, but I'll save it after Emma's.
That's so nice. Not stealing all the favorite moments.
Fuck you, Jacbon.
Yeah.
You literally couldn't know what Emma might say.
Jace, what was your favorite Bobby moment?
I hate this week in particular that I can only give one, but bringing out the tears in your conversation with Caden.
Oh.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we were on break, while I was eating my little ice cream cone, I put on some sad music.
Oh.
I knew we were coming back to that, so I was like listening to like soundtrack.
Then the other half of the party's like, what memories? No, nothing happened.
Okay. I have a theory on that. It's the three characters who are not going to offer much information about that sort of thing unless asked, and it's the three characters in the party that aren't going to ask. So it's just like we were stuck in a loop.
Strategic split.
Let's talk about our feelings.
Yeah, I know, right?
If we swapped any of us for the other, it would have been like, hey, you wanna talk about that? And it's like,
The others sit around braiding each other's hair, talking about feelings. Like, literally.
Braiding each other's hair, talking about their feelings.
Yeah.
God bless Caden for that.
But yeah, bringing out the tears. What a power move.
Power move. Yeah. Scrappy said Google's sad human music. Kaden, what was your favorite Bobby moment?
I am fucking amazed that it didn't get taken because that memory mist scene was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was amazingly written, and holy crap, did it get dark. It got dark quick. But no, that entire scene, that was incredibly well written, and I need to know more. I also really want to visit the Barrowcliff Vineyards, because it sounds aesthetic as heck.
I'm hoping soon. When I described it to Josh, I was like, look, all I care about is that it's the land of eternal summer.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
It
put it anywhere on the map, just make it that.
Yeah.
Now it's on an island. We're never going to go there. I hate boats.
Beach episode.
Amazing. Raya, your favorite Bobby moment?
Oh, I must very much agree that opening scene was just phenomenal. But I'm going to take the incredible line. Where did I write it down?
Don't do it.
That's
do
the
it.
one. I will.
Don't do it. Don't do
I'm
it.
gonna do it.
Don't do it. No, don't
Because
do
I
it.
asked. I was
Don't
like,
do
I'm gonna see what she's gonna say with this.
Don't do it.
The
Don't do it.
the one. All right, I'll do a different one then.
Okay.
No, just
All right, Josh always gets them stolen. I'll give him this one.
Yeah, and
But
that's
I
half of
wonder.
the fun.
I wonder if Scar and Thomas are going to be that merciful.
remember this, DM.
I will.
Your
Uh,
parents
Gia
died.
remembers this.
But you
Water,
remember.
water.
Just like an ancient holy relic falls down from the sky that's only able to be used by Raya. I also really liked the little addition for the diamonds aren't real. I'm getting this sense that Bobby isn't all that we're seeing. like helping out in the vineyards, like even though I assume they would have had like servants and everything to do that. The diamonds not being real. There's so many like little, and like from last week as well, you not mentioning your family as your family, but they're just friends. You're leading breadcrumbs, and I hope I'm picking them up. They're very interesting. I definitely feel like I'm gonna get some like curveballs soon, or if I haven't already. But I'm really interested to find out more about Bobby and her backstory.
Hells yeah.
And you can have the other one.
Skara, let's see. We might not make it to me. Go ahead.
Okay, so I often run out of room for people, and this week I definitely ran out of room for you to write favorite moments in the little area. So guessing the one that I think you think that I would go for, I loved when you brought up the hair length to age. Because I just told you that the other day.
She told me that on Halloween. She was talking about how healthy my hair is, and she was like, "Look at this. This is 8-year-old hair." And I was like, "Oh."
That's awesome.
She was braiding my hair. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
All right, so
Definitely a witch.
I'm not gonna bring it up, but hopefully I can remember it by the time we get to one of the two of you. Thomas, your favorite Bobby moment. Brain.
Okay. So, obviously, and this is going to be said for all of you, your memory miss moment was sick. However, I'm last in line besides Josh, so I don't get to have that as my favorite moment. But just understand, all of you, but Bobby now, that is the truth. But okay, there's these two lines that you said back to back to each other of, I thought they would look for her, and then I know where to find her. Man! Dude, anyone watching my reaction to both those lines was just fucking...
I wrote that down in my like tinfoil hat for Bobby backstory.
Absolute power lines, man. Just good job. Good job.
Okay, Josh, lay it on me.
It's the one you don't have to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Because it was just like, it was the slow character development session that I'm okay with like that with interaction between the two of you and the reflection. Amazing. Like, oh yeah, this is why I love Memory Mist, man. I love it so gosh so much. And that line was just like amazing. The master stroke. Amazing. So good. And you guys were just playing off each other so well.
You can DM remember this.
Yeah.
I'm really glad it worked out so well because I was spooked out from Phasmophobia the other night because it was like genuinely scary. And I walked past a mirror in the bathroom and I got scared and I was like, my reflection can't hurt me.
Come at me, you reflective little shit.
You ain't got nothing, man. Okay, Jace, praise yourself.
Probably just in general, actually getting to explain a little bit of Jace's backstory because he's a fairly closed-off character. So this is one of the better ways for him to actually do it. So that was just nice.
Love it. Okay, Bobby, your favorite Jace moment, please.
Okay, we don't have time for this. And then using detect thoughts really quickly. Okay.
Can't believe you got
Go for it.
on, man.
That's really good.
Yeah. Just so Jace as well.
I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't tender at all.
Yeah.
I think that was Daniel coming through.
Let's just cut right to the crux of this situation. All right, Kaden.
Well, that was actually mine. So no, anger and rage. Speaking of anger and rage, my backup moment was when you were in what I think was the training scene in your memory mist, portraying Jace getting frustrated and lashing out like very like unrestrained, unrefined in just anger and rage, like how goddamn long ago was that? From what we've seen from Jace, he's like, at least especially in his combat, incredibly refined, precise, intentional, and delicate. That just because he's pissed off. That is a very, very different Jace from what we've seen before. So I loved getting that little glimpse of the man that is Jace, but before he was like.
What are emotions?
I am Vulcan now. Yeah, I really like that. Like just the emotion in that scene. That was good.
Raya, what was your favorite Jace scene?
So the two ones that I had that I thought were awesome, I wrote down in my notes. Detect thoughts, excellent idea. I really enjoyed how you portrayed that moment, and I must admit your writing is phenomenal as well. I don't know if you and Izzy have like some secret writing code that makes you incredible, but I mean, you taught me a new word, and that was really exciting. Yeah, just your descriptions and yeah, just really reaffirming what JP said. The emotion that you brought into that scene was phenomenal. It was very visual. It was very interesting. It was very, very exciting. And yeah, 100%. I love the contrast. From now, I'm sitting here thinking like, what's happened? What?
Where did it all go wrong?
Why did he end up on a boat? What did he do with his hair? Why didn't we see the hair? It's about the hair.
It's gotta be the hair.
It's gotta be the hair.
The hair is the thing that binds us all together.
Scotta! Your favorite Jace moment, please.
Okay, so 100% has got to be the memory mist scene. But second to that, and in true favorite moments fashion, I'm probably stealing Jacbon's. I loved the Thomas scene.
Yeah.
You guys getting a scene and discussing everything and being so efficient together and theorizing. You remembered the lightning rod straight away and were like, yeah, let's find it, let's analyze it. That was really cool. I loved seeing you guys bonding. But it definitely was the memory mist scene because that was just amazing and your writing was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thomas!
Look at him not taking these compliments.
Your favorite
You take those
Daniel
compliments.
moment, close!
So all of mine have been taken.
Yeah.
But okay,
What else is there?
The memory mist, the absolute no mercy on Lorelei. Just being like, bro, we ain't fucking around. And then our scene together. Okay, but here's a player one for you. And I want M. I'm sorry that I'm sharing favorite moments with everyone.
No,
but M hear this as well, especially after last night. It's so awesome to be playing with people who I can trust to just throw things at them for their character, and them also playing off of that. So like, for example, Thomas isn't magically learned. Jacbon is. I know a lot of fucking things about this game. I feel like a lot of our thought processes are the same when it comes to theorizing things. But man, when I say like Thomas doesn't have an idea, here are some general guesses. What does Jace think? And you just wham, bam, pump out these good logical theories. You're connecting all these things with past experiences. You bring it all together, and man, it's just awesome. It's like when you toss up a layup in basketball. Not that I've ever done that.
I laid up the rock.
Okay.
Sink it. Yeah, rock play.
Shotgun Jacbon's favorite moment is I've seen anime.
And you always just come in with that fucking slam dunk, and it's awesome to watch. It truly, and like awesome to interact with. It's great. Good job, man.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. But
You've seen anime too.
Yeah, I would Haikyuu.
I really don't want to, but it is the favorite moment. There's so much more being investigative, Also being the one with the find familiar and always just role playing that find familiar thing is awesome as well. Instead of just being like, yep, that's what you guys see. It's like, no, I'll role play it. I'll dialogue this as well, which I absolutely adore. Sticking to your guns and saying, you know, Jace wouldn't have anything to say here in this moment, this awkward walk together in the forest. But yeah, that favorite moment was so gosh darn good. Take it and don't return. That line, I had to read it twice, and I did because it was flipping amazing. It was very vivid, and visual and cinematic. So amazing. Okay, JP.
I got my hair did.
Push yourself.
You got it did twice.
I got my hair did terribly, and then I got my hair did. No, I was really happy just playing like Caden in suffering this session.
I love it.
What suffering it was.
Yo, Bobby, what was
Screw this, I'm going back to being dead.
what was your favorite Caden moment, please?
Oh man, it's really difficult to play a quiet and sad Bobby, because I worry that it just comes across as me not paying attention. What are you guys all doing?
Sick.
Yeah. But then you trying to cheer Bobby up with the dancing and then the Misty Step was so good, and it made me feel like, oh good, it's coming across that I'm not just like on my phone. Yeah, guys, whatever, I'll play later. Like, God.
I have candy to crush.
I play Candy Crush all the time.
I know you've mentioned.
Jace, what was your favorite Caden moment?
Oh, so obviously the entire memory mist was amazing, but in particular when you got to like the end of like the hallway and then the ancient tree roots that you said like ancient, like at least decades and decades old, blocking the exit. That was just such a poetic way of saying I've been dead for a fucking minute.
I was really tempted to say something when Bobby brought up the like decade hair thing. I was like, my hair's past my ass.
That was just such a nice touch in the middle of the memory mist, and the whole memory mist was amazing, but that in particular really stood out to me.
Hells yeah. Ryle, your favorite Caden moment.
I really enjoyed Caden. You were on fire tonight with your dialogue, memory mist, everything. I really enjoyed Katie getting flustered when Araya asked him about why he gets green. I was like, oh, that'll be a fun conversation. You also dropped a new body language for me to pick up today, and I was very excited because it's been a little while since anybody's done that.
Oh shit, what was that?
Scara, your favorite Caden moment, please.
I'm struggling to choose here.
Just don't pick mine.
That's the easiest way to do.
Alternatively, pick Jacbon.
We should have a group document where we write it all and pick a message.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately the thing that I really, really loved was the dancing and the Misty Step, because that was just so creative, and then the reaction when the Dryad also Misty Stepped. Not Misty Stepped, the other one with the funny name. That's it. But other than that, just the lore drops tonight were insane, and I've got I've got to revisit everything and write it all down now. Yeah, it was just insane. It was really cool to hear about so much, and it's almost all meta, so that's fun.
And now you know Caden is a vindictive little shit, and if he's going down, by God, he'll take someone with him.
And he'll wake up a few millennia later.
And he'll do it again.
Thomas, your favorite Caden moment, please.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the dancing around with the druid stuff as well. But to give you something new, let's think. I think I was laughing to myself a lot when when I summoned the buck, and I was just like, God, hope they're smart enough to just get it, to see that it wants it to follow it. And then the buck appears, and you're all like, oh yeah, we should probably follow that buck. But first, let us finish talking about our feelings. the buck has disappeared beyond the ridge. But first, we've got to finish this conversation. And like, just props, man. Like, find those moments.
We know it went that way, and we can work with that later.
We'll catch up with it. It was just funny to me.
The 3 Jakes got paired and the 3 Holts got paired.
On the flip side of that, I have to say that I absolutely love how ready you are to just pretty much throw yourself into any situation, especially with the dryads. And we came back and they were annoying the crap out of Caden. They were pulling his hair, they were braiding it. It was just like, it was like a slumber party, and Caden was getting a makeover no matter what Caden said. And I loved it so much. It was just wholesome. Yeah. And that was another point I want to bring up. You committed to the bit. You didn't be like, I got my armor on, I don't care. That counts as 10 minutes. You were like, no, I don't have my armor. I wouldn't have time to go. So you were going in armorless.
Goddamn shoes.
I don't know why he doesn't have his shoes though.
Yeah. Oh, that scene was so good.
And
I'm barefoot. It's like, now I see why you hate the woods. And I'm barefoot.
The shoes come with the armor, I guess.
Yeah.
They're all attached.
Yeah,
That's why it takes him so long.
Just quickly, I just want to read out some chat ones because I don't want to miss them. Tatera said for Jace, that backstory was amazing too. I especially love that scene, raised more questions than gave answers, and so want to know more. Jace again quickly always makes me think about Red Guard Blade Singers in Elder Scrolls. Can't wait to see when he gets the continent annihilating powers at level 20. Tatera said, I absolutely love the way JP played Caden's exasperated patience with everything happening to him. So domestic situation, so the Dryad's playing with him, and then everyone wanting to do his hair, and he was kind of like a bluster, and so but so gentle, and it was so awesome. And then just from Ardana as well,
be rude to punch a
the switch from listening to Bobby to Raya talk and then go, do you want to know what a crypt is? No, do you know what a crypt is? Oh yeah, the crypt scene was amazing. Yeah, the split between the player and character was great, and again, committing to non-meta, amazing. Alright, so my favorite moment, no, I already said mine. I did. Ellie, praise yourself.
Me. Hello. Okay. I didn't write anything down for myself.
Loser.
Apparently. I think finding out more information about Raya with the memory mist scene. I really enjoyed it. It was really dark, but I enjoy finding out more about this character as I go along, and it's very exciting.
Amazing.
And yeah, now I have more to work with, and I'm really excited for that in the future.
Love it. Izzy.
For me, it was, and I actually wrote this down before I said anything about it, but it was staring at your reflection and then pulling the bandage down and looking at the scar. I thought that was really cool. And in the moment, I was trying to think, which of Bobby's scars wouldn't be weird of her like shrugging off her coat and being like, here's a scar.
Neat.
Yeah.
Just poke each other's scars.
Yeah.
Jace, your favorite Raya moment?
So I'm annoyed at myself because I did this twice where I started writing a quote, but then I was trying to pay attention. So I only wrote half a quote and I can't fully remember the full thing. But it was towards the end of your memory mist, after with like the deer and everything. And then it was a very visceral description of like the blood and mucus and something. And
hacking it up.
Coughing it up. Yeah, that was it. And I was like, I saw it, but then I was listening and I wrote blood and mucus. And then I'm like, oh, what was the rest of that? And then it was too late for me to remember and write the full thing. But that, I like vividly pictured it when you did it. And I was like, and especially because I knew that you didn't get to have a lot of input on your own memory mist scene, I felt like that was improv. So I was like, that's a really good improv too. Like,
oh, thank you.
Hate it.
Did everyone realize this a lot sooner than I did? But that's why Raya can't fucking talk.
Oh yeah.
That's what
She
I
got
said.
shot in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprise! Cat's
Okay, that's my smooth brain kicking in. But no, my favorite Raya moment for tonight was when you hugged Bobby.
Yeah.
When she was very, very upset, and Raya was like,
I understand the explanation for this.
But yeah, no, I thought that was a really, really, really
was
nice
really
scene
wholesome.
because yeah, you could see that Bobby was clearly, at least emotionally, shooketh. And Raya doesn't really understand, you know, like a lot of social interaction, but she knows hugs are good, except for Caden. This will make Bobby feel better.
Yeah.
It did.
Skara, your favorite Raya moment, please.
Okay, well, this is a case with everyone, but there were so many to pick from. And I kind of just want to go with when Izzy was like, oh, yeah, Raya's doing a terrible job with his braid. And just without missing a beat, you're like, oh, yeah, like, this is terrible. She's putting seeds in there. There's just bits of dirt and branches. Like, you just didn't miss a beat. That was instant improv. You took it, you didn't object to it, you ran with it, and you made the whole scene better. Very smooth. It was really fantastic. Very, very great.
I genuinely was surprised Caden was like, yeah, you can do my hair. I was like, all right then.
Caden does butt farts, Caden does brain farts.
Upon thinking about it for more than 2 seconds.
Thomas, your
Yeah, I don't
favorite
wanna-
Raya scene, please.
I don't want to keep making this a thing, but I'm pretty sure M is now 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4 of taking my favorite. And like, it's just funny, right? It's just hilarious. So I'm going to give up this time and just echo Emma because like literally that's what I had written down. That exactly what Emma just said, man. That's my favorite. That was absolutely fantastic. Good job.
All right. So we have one from Soteris, which is I loved Raya just very gently waking up Kodo by sort of tickling his beak. Such a wholesome moment. So awesome. My favorite moment was the hair braiding moment, but for a different reason. It was a mirror or a throwback or duality scene between when Makari braided Sylphie's hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I actually did that.
Raya went backwards and did Caden's hair. So that was, for me, that was like a really wholesome. If I could do art, and I did art all the time, I'd do the art of the both of them flipped. So that would be amazing. But yeah, that scene was super wholesome for that reason. I'm guessing that Makari's was actually really nice, but Raya's is like on the opposite side. That is just. It's just a nest, which is amazing.
You're doing a braid. Like
She was actually making a bird's nest and not telling him.
Yeah. And also, at the end of that, I just wanted to make sure Izzy did get one from Soteris as well, a little further up. Just gonna quickly read that one out. It was awesome. Where is it? Just to make sure everyone... I absolutely love the opening scene with Bobby. It was just so well done and so amazing. Yeah, just want to make sure everyone gets included. Because it sucks not to be included. But
Thank you.
we try our best. Skara, praise yourself, please.
Yeah, writing up the scene in a few minutes is pretty... It's one of my records for late submissions.
Oh, man. Okay, if I'm ready to get rated.
I have a tangent for that later.
Yeah, got Bobby. What was your favorite Skara moment?
Is Jacbon gonna say it and get really upset if I say it?
Fine, I'm used to it.
You picked the character with the letter T.
I take it in good humor.
Okay, well, I loved my friend would like to offer you his nut.
I did not
that was
expect that
so
one to
good.
last.
Welcome, Raiders. Y'all's
Mine
hype.
too.
We are wrapping up with our favorite moments as we usually do at the end of our sessions. And guess what? I was just scouting you, and you were about to get raided, but then I saw you were raiding me, and I was like, I see. I was on the inside. I knew this was coming. I'm not surprised. We should fire back though. We need to fire back. They're beating us with all the llamacorns and raid emotes. Okay, Chase, what was your favorite Scar moment?
So, not only did you write it super quick, but it was also one of the shortest. But how many fucking lore drops do you want to fit in one tiny segment of fucking memory miss? And so, because of that, I'm just gonna list off all the ones I liked, and fuck everyone else who wanted a memory miss based one. First, the warship. I know JP and I immediately were like, what? What? Straight away. The body bag and bodies. Also, why am I echoing?
Oh, it might be because I might be playing you somewhere. Give me a moment.
No, I'm echoing through Izzy's actually. That's all good.
Okay.
The body bag and the bodies being like thrown into the ocean, I think it was. Like, all right, cool. Then the dude berating you and you're like, I saved many, which was just a Skara thing. And then the Inquisitors, Tormentors, and Torturers line for your parents. And I'm like, or your family. And I'm like, that was like a 3 to 5 minute memory miss that was just, oh, here's more than everyone else gave, basically. So yeah, well done.
Amazing.
I didn't have time to fine tune. I was like, let's just chuck it all in there.
Guys, if you don't know who Yarl's Hype is, just getting indicated next, please go check out Yarl's. A variety streamer from what I can check out, but awesome. And we're always about supporting the community. Thank you for bringing the raid here, guys.
Thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate it so much.
And I saw that you were playing Don't Starve. So, Don't Starve and the pirate game, Sea of Thieves. I've seen you play now. It's awesome. Hayden, your favorite Scar moment, please.
I think out of every character, Skara has the most incredible one-liners. There was my friend would like to offer you his nut thing. because I'm 12. I found that freaking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. But the other one-liner that I thought was just really, really funny, especially in this situation, because you just found out someone died. You're walking back through the forest. You're being like this intentionally. Perfectly portraying Scar's complete lack of bedside manner and cadence.
Oh my god.
So great. And there have just been so many amazing one-liners from Scar throughout the entire campaign, but you just keep bringing them. It's awesome.
Raya, your favorite Scar moment, please.
Definitely to build off that as well, one of the moments that I really enjoyed as well, on top of the memory miss, because I thought that was freaking cool, and I'm sitting there writing like a life depends on it, was just like awkwardly patting Lorelei on the back, full well knowing that you're like, there, stop it. I really enjoyed that visual. It's you've just nailed Skara, right? Like, everything that you do is just completely in character and completely just developing her more and more into this amazing character.
Amazing. Thomas.
Okay, you need to teach me how you do this. But I don't think there has ever been a time Thomas has asked Skara a question about her past that hasn't ended up being flipped around. So it's actually Skara getting information about Thomas's past. Like, literally every time.
You should have.
He asks about if you had a sister. You're like, oh, I have an older sister, but tell me more about yours. I'm like, okay. Oh man, just every time.
Yeah.
2 years of Huntsman is what taught you that.
Yeah.
Deflection.
So just before I jump into mine, so Terrace said, Izzy stole mine. I laughed so hard during the nut moment that I scared my kitten. Adana just said, yeah, well, I'm joining the I'm 12 team. I missed the first 2 hours of the session, but after the last week's dancing scene, my mind went at the nut moment. Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it too, but that wasn't my favorite moment. It was definitely the line that I had to read back so many times because it is such a well-structured sentence, which is not enough. It's in your blood. Your ancestors were inquisitors, tormentors, and torturers. It is an abomination that you persist to use such power this way. Amazing.
So many R's.
Oh yeah, it's a challenge. I'll give it to Fancy Unicorn to read with our Rhodic battle that is coming up. Thomas, praise yourself.
Okay. Well, if anyone hasn't noticed, I'm having great fun tormenting Caden through Thomas.
Oh, it's so funny.
Absolute great fun. So yeah, that's my favorite moment.
Oh my god.
Damn it, Scrappy. Recap for next week. Next week, recap. We found the dryads and we gave them my nuts. Yep. Bobby, what was your favorite Thomas moment, please?
Okay, so okay. Above all else, my favorite moment was Bobby asking, "Where not trees are we?" And your response was incredible and not expected.
I'm so glad you said
Yeah.
Oh
destroyed
man,
us.
I'm gonna regret that one.
Just destroyed us.
It was perfect. I think it got clipped, but man, it's good. But I'm really confused. Next to your name, I've just written chain. Does anyone know what that means?
I know what that means. I know what it means.
Okay,
Does that mean
cool.
we can take it?
I hope not. But I don't like it's. I doubt it's gonna make it all the way here.
Well, I'm done with mine. Someone else can remind me.
Don't do it.
Just
Daniel,
write
your
the
favorite
word
Thomas
chain.
moment?
Well, definitely Jason Thomas finally getting a scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%,
Like,
man.
I think the last scene Jason Thomas properly had together was quite literally over 10 sessions ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty sure it was
The goblin
after the
day.
goblins, right?
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
we even got back to Fiolum. It's like...
so they finally got a chance to have a little chat, and it was a good chat. But also, then I can't remember whether it was in character or not. I think it was out of character. But you being like, because like Thomas wasn't gonna fucking like, oh yeah, Laura like crying, like Thomas wasn't gonna fucking step in on that. Like,
Signal.
He's not handling it.
that is not Thomas's problem.
Code in your favorite Thomas scene, please. Moment.
I'm tossing up between stealing, I think, everyone else's favorite moment, or taking one that I'm absolutely shocked hasn't been stolen. Take your pick, Jacbon.
Let's go with the second one.
I missed the scene. Jesus Christ!
I didn't say that. It wasn't said.
That was incredible. Like every beat of that was amazing. Just the descriptions and the dialogue, and then just the final line where you heard in your head just blessed. I understand now where Thomas's official title within the Keepers comes from, so that's pretty great. So like, did Wilroth themselves come down and just slap the shit out of your enemies? Because god damn. That whole scene was just incredible. It was incredibly written, and I like, why'd you flip your camera up, man?
Oh, dude, because like my face would have been so red, and like, I mean, you could probably hear how badly I was breathing through that. You want to see that?
Not at all. We don't hear that.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I thought that was just part of the thing because you were saying that Thomas was completely out of breath because he'd been sprinting through this forest, but you described everything from like battle-scarred trees, the uneven earth. Everything about it was fantastic, and I'm shocked that no one else said it before. Cause damn.
He's
Well, thank you.
so impressed that he didn't even say that Caden wants to see you breathing hard.
Thank you.
But he does.
Raya, your favorite Thomas scene, please.
Oh, so definitely my favorite scene was the description of the buck as well. Drawing it back to the ray of enfeeblement, it appears that the the buck is a beautiful animal that represents Thomas. And I really loved your description of like holding out the chain, and with the water in it as well. It was really beautiful, and your descriptions on it were absolutely flawless.
Well, thank
I
you.
recall now.
Skara.
I liked that too.
So my two big ones were taken right then. So your emotive delivery of Thomas's memory was far and away my favorite thing. But other than that, I just wanted to, I don't know if you were being serious, but when you said for those who were paying attention, when you summoned the buck, and I flicked back through because I'm pretty sure that was like all our favorite moment that week.
Yeah.
I've got it written here, 18th of August. Huge buck deer, rave enfeeblement. That was so memorable, and for those who were paying attention. So yeah,
I think I might have meant if characters were paying attention, but still, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
they not.
All right.
That was fantastic.
Quick from chat. I just love Jacbon's description of the spell. It made me that made the deer. It was so absolutely well done, and just another wow moment. Then we have from Soteris as well. Oh yeah, the memory mist. I'd almost forgotten. I love that cadence in his voice as it hit the beat as well. Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, so mine were both stolen. That scene was so well delivered, and the music matched perfectly as well. And I think you toned in to that music and you read it perfect. It was amazing. The other thing was the spell description, which was stolen. You did that so amazingly. It was really vivid and visual, especially when you were holding the chain. I was mesmerized by that description. But to be a total favorite moment, Ninja, one that wasn't brought up would be when you were in quiet contemplation on the way back to the others, and you were bringing back a favorite moment of the memory mist, greeting the trees and imagining scars there and stuff like that. It was a dope moment as well, so I really appreciated that, and I saw that. So favorite moment, Ninja.
Yeah. We've all forgotten one, and I think it was a huge one tonight, which was I've seen anime.
Amazing.
Yes, I've read books.
Okay, favorite self moment. Not to have everything always happening. This was a more of a quiet session, and that is okay. As a GM, that is hard to do because you have a feeling in your gut that you have to be making things happen all the time. So this was a session for the characters to really just like catch their breath after the dance and then the memory mist scene, and then we had some setup for next week, and that's okay. As much as my gut's like, no, throw all the monsters at them, make them cry all the time. It's like, no, it's okay.
He's crying.
Have a quiet one. I find that challenging sometimes. So for me, I'm commending myself on that because it's something that. Yeah, a challenge for me. There we go. Izzy, what was your favorite GM moment?
For me, above all else, was that you got handed so many different characters to play tonight that you didn't make, and we just gave you lines, and you were like, "Oh, okay, I'll read them for you," and you did it really well.
Thank you so much.
Like the I'd never heard her voice before, so it was really cool to hear the girl's voice for Bobby, and hearing the teacher's voice, and hearing the guy talking to Scar. It was all so good, and you'd never even practiced or made those characters. That was really cool.
Thank you so much. Jace, your favorite GM moment, please.
So just to echo quickly, because the one I had written down was specifically the voice for Bobby's assailant, I guess, in her memory mist. I thought the fact that like that was coming off you would literally we're just reading it for the first time, and the voice you chose was so spot on for Bobby's in particular.
Thank you so much.
Because that was the one I had written down. So I think probably the other one would be the having the dryad mimic behind Caden,
Yeah.
just following him around, and then the little like gotcha moment Caden had, quickly followed by it, and then she tree strides.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you got me? No, I got you.
Thank you so much. Caden, your favorite GM moment?
Yeah, I got.
You got again? Off being got?
Yeah, again.
Nice.
No, but my favorite moment for this session, besides the one that was just stolen, this is why you only get half of one, Daniel. It was the way that you played Lorelei this session, just with her freaking out, knowing that she in this situation has done no wrong, but being absolutely convinced in her mind that everyone will see her as the perpetrator and as the bad guy in this situation. Just portraying that sense of panic and like guilt, but not like guilt for something that they did, guilt that everyone else thinks that they have. Portraying just like that sheer panic and emotion from Lorelei this session was pretty good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Elle, your favorite GM moment?
It's me. I absolutely loved the scene that you created with the hunter and with Raya waking up. The description of the scenery of the grove and the stream and the woodpecker as well. It brought me right there in that moment, and it was very beautiful and a very heavy scene, but it was executed absolutely flawlessly by you.
Thank you very much. Your favorite GM moment, please?
Okay.
Push it up.
Yeah, I was in Zoom, not in Discord, and it got all angry at me for trying to push the button. I was blown away by how well you worked on the fly tonight and how seamless that was. So that's my huge favorite moment for you, but that's been said a couple of times. So I'm gonna go with that cliffhanger. Just it being, seeing a different person was a huge twist, and turning around and it's like, oh, you know, the abomination, and then it's Bobby's nightmare human. That was, I'm very keen. It was a huge surprise and very, very interesting.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thomas, your favorite GM moment?
Okay. I think the relationship between us as players in your world and you, the DM, and the things you know, provide us with is perfectly encapsulated by just that Avengers Assemble sequence before. Like, literally, dude, I couldn't get over how all of us are like, okay, we're about to break cover. We're going to meet this singular woman. But all of us are just fucking battle ready. Like, we are off the hooks, ready to go. And it's just like, because we know you're wily. Would rather be prepared.
Thank you so much. Guys, that's it. We've come to the end now. I'll quickly read this. Sotera said, I love the baby Bakota moment Dread made when the tiny little owlbear beak just snaps into the locked hair. It's such a realistic baby moment. As a guy with long hair who's raised tiny children, I know that so well. Necrone said Dread's voice was on point. Thank you so much. And Coda said pulling Caden's hair was so cute. It also made me anxious. The baby owlbear would chop off parts of his hair.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Caden's never gonna let me live this down.
JP's never gonna let you live this down.
Okay, time to raid, guys. We are going to be raiding a artist known as Vivis Art Service. We haven't been there for a long time. I think we have been there before. Vivis, if you're checking back, hi. We like making new friends. Hopefully we can be friends. But we're coming in with a raid. Okay, so grab your axes, load the vibe cannons, grab your shields. You know what? Let's get one of those plug speed runs, and then we will be ready to go.
All right, if you want to see pictures of them and their pets, please check out Izzy's Instagram above her head at Isabel Kenyon. Also, if you want to check out her amazing writing, please check out I Am Kenyon on Wattpad. She writes sci-fi. Fun fact, if you want to see him stream games that he enjoys, please check out Daniel's Twitch channel at It's Pearson with 2 S's in Pearson. Remember that shit. If you want to see some dots and lines, and by God, if you want to see an unholy amalgamation of the two, check out the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff. If you like anime and cosplay related things, check out Ellie's Instagram at symbol.of.peach. If you want to see all of the incredible in-house art, I forgot to praise you. The Strata Halloween outfits were also fucking incredible. So if you want to check all of those out and the other amazing in-house art that we have, please check out our in-house artist's amazing Instagram, Alicia.art. And if you want to see what the critics are calling the 5 most mediocre posts on the entirety of Instagram, those critics being Jacbon himself, please check out Jacbon's Instagram at Jacbon with a 0. Also, if you want to keep up to date with all of our announcements, our stream schedules, and all that jazz, please check out Brodo GM on all social media platforms, literally every single one of them, every goddamn one. Also, join the Discord that I'm about to chuck in chat.
Nailed it. We still have a little bit of time left. We're going to take this last thing just to say a quick thank you for everyone that subscribed tonight, cheered, and just basically supported us as we told stories together. Thank you so much. We'll catch you on the next one. Go with love and luck. Bye. Later.